guys, welcome back to SFeatley F1, and we are back with another watch along. It's the Singapore Grand Prix. It is a very wet Singapore Grand Prix. Right, it's just started raining with about an hour to go before the lights out and the start of the race, and we've been told there's already a further 15-minute delay to the start procedure. Because it is absolutely heaving it down. But anyway, we got Tycho, my regular co-host. How you doing, my friend?
Yes, I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. Yesterday was a very good day, of course, and good to be back with race again.
Oh, it's a beautiful day in more ways, especially if you're an Arsenal fan. Excuse me, North London is red. Yeah, so as I was saying, it is very, very, very wet. It just started raining with about an hour to go before the start of the race, and it's absolutely tipping it down. And well, we had this in Belgium last year. I'm hoping it's not going to be the same thing where we end up with about like 2 parade laps and that's about it. But we could end up with the whole race cancelled altogether, to be fair. Because under the current conditions, if they went out even under safety car, they'd just aquaplane off the road. And what if you don't know what aquaplaning is basically where the tire of either the intermediate tire or the wet tire. Intermediate tires can clear up to about 25 liters per second, and the wet tire around about 60 liters per second. And that's through the depth of the treads they've got in the tire. Obviously, for the dry tires, you want no tread at all to get maximum tire contact to the road. And that's why they're called slicks. But obviously, in the wet, you would absolutely just aquaplane straight on the road if you had dries. Now, what happens with the wet tires is that if you're hitting massive puddles, which is going to mean more than 60 liters of water being cast aside by the depths of tires on the fully wet tire, or 25 liters or on the intermediate tire, basically what that means is then all those treads are filling up too quickly, and it basically becomes like a slick. Basically, you end up like skating on ice, and aquaplaning is where you won't be able to brake, accelerate, steer left or right. You'll just go straight on into an accident. So you've got no control of that whatsoever. But yeah, so obviously at the minute it's not possible to race. So I mean, how do you see this? Do you see this possibly going ahead, Tio?
Honestly, I mean, it depends. Weather can change, of course, a whole lot in like 10 minutes, and we'll get another update in 6 minutes actually, but currently, I don't think it'll go ahead.
You don't think it'll go ahead?
No. It's just raining too madly over there. It's too much, I think.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. But there's lots to talk about anyway, right? And mainly, teams having a go at each other about the budget cap of last year. It seems that 1 or 2 teams have exceeded the budget cap, and I believe they said they've exceeded it by more than 5%. Now, obviously, what is a budget cap? Obviously, these teams are now under budget caps to keep the costs down in Formula One. Let me try and see. So I'm trying to. Yeah, so I'm just trying to bring up the. Right. So basically, they have a certain amount of budget that can't exceed from, and I've always said very clearly that how is it that Mercedes have said they've from the Monaco Grand Prix last year they had to save on money so they can invest in this year's car. Yet Red Bull can spend all their resources and money last season, and then all of a sudden turn up with a just a quick car at the front of the grid this season, and also be able to spend on upgrades this season as well, right? And not be able to say and not needing to save money, right? Now, so I've always suggested there's something not right. Now, apparently, Red Bull are one of the teams, that are under investigation and have been for a couple of months now, for a few months now. Now, there's certain punishments if they are found to breach the regulations on this. If they've done minor
news, there's news on the
what
budget caps. At least,
where
I
was just going to go through the punishments first before we get in the news.
Oh yeah, but that's now been leaked that they've been issued.
All right, we'll go through the punishments first, and then we'll talk about it. So minor, which is a minor infringement, which is overspend of less than 5%, could relate to deduction of drivers' constructors championship points on last season, so 2021. So that if it was Red Bull, Max Verstappen could be deducted his championship points, which means that Hamilton would become world champion last season. That would be funny. Suspension. There'd be fucking justice as well. Suspension from one or more stages of a competition. Limitations on ability to conduct aerodynamic or other testing. Basically, the amount of time they can allow to do aerodynamic testing. Reduction and also reduction on their current cost cap for this year. Overspend, which is over 5%, a major overspend of 5% is a major breach of regulations. And Jesus Christ, see how much water they put out? That car just put, nah, it's a river. It's a fucking river. That car is a fucking river, mate. Trust me.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, so a major overspend would be, again, deduction of drivers and constructors' points, suspension from one or more to more stages of a competition, suspension from an entire competition, exclusion from the championship, reduction of the cost cap. So if Red Bull have been breached over 5%, right, they could be threatened by being excluded from the championship, and Mercedes not just get the constructors championship, but get the drivers as well. So Tycho, you were saying, now explain that. What are you saying about it?
Yeah, so apparently, I'm seeing this tweet. There's been some new news on the actual punishments. So,
Can you share the link? Can you share the tweet?
Yep, sure. Let me just quickly pull it up then. Because in my opinion, these punishments are bullshit, but...
No, they'll keep Verstappen as world champion, I bet you. They're determined.
Where is it? Here it is.
I think if you've overspent by 5%, you should be excluded from the championship. Because throughout the season, you've had a massive advantage over everyone else.
Yeah. So I sent it in the chat. You'll have to.
You should be if you've basically cheated throughout the whole season, which means you are suspended. You should be suspended. You should be absolutely thrown out. So what does this read? I don't read Dutch.
Yeah, you can translate it.
Oh, translate the tweet. There you go. Red Bull, right. Red Bull Racing and Aston Martin fined 7.5 less time. Are you serious? 7.5 mil. That's 50 pence. If they broke the rules, it should be thrown out. They fucking cheated. They have fucking cheated last season. All last season they cheat. Right? They've cheated. All last season they cheated. Right? And so have Aston Martin. And both of them should have been thrown out of the championship. No bollocks. FIA have got no bollocks. Can't stand fucking Christian Horner losing shit. Fucking cheating pricks. That's why, and do you know what? Right? And I'll tell you this as well. Because they've overspent, they're now dominated this championship. So even if Max wins this one, I don't accept it. I don't accept it. I don't. Because you've gained an advantage in this championship as well. Right? And if you've been investigated for months, why didn't you come down sooner? If that's all you're going to give. Because now the championship's pretty much done and dusted. Right? I know Ferrari need every single help they can get. Sorry, Tio. Right? But I'm sorry. They have quite easily cheated last season. Not just on the last race, throughout the whole season, overspending, right? And then overspent. And because of that overexpenditure, they've funded both that car for last season and this car for this season. How is it all of a sudden that Mercedes said they had to restructure their organisation, lose 20 odd people in staff, right? Save money to invest in this year's car from Monaco Grand Prix last season, which if they didn't, they would have won the championship at a cruise, right? And yet Red Bull can spend all the money in the fucking world and all of a sudden come out with a car this season that's just as good as everyone else, right? And has actually dominated everyone else and still spend on upgrades this season as well. So I bet you they've broken this year's regulations as well, because that dickhead Horner was sitting there at the Canadian Grand Prix saying, "Oh, I ain't got enough money." That's because you've been cheating, you prick. You've got no right to say anything about no money. No right. It's bullshit. That is utter bullshit. I fucking knew they cheated. And they've cheated this season as well. I don't care if Max is world champion this season. I don't care how well he's driven. He's had a car that's had all the advantage of being invested last season and all the investment this season. So it doesn't fucking count. So bollocks.
Reduced wind tunnel time is a big thing, but still.
Next season, right, when they actually have less of a cost cap this season, hopefully they get less of a cost cap as well, right? If this is how it's going to go, right? What's the point in having deduction of championship points if you're not going to use them, right? If you're not going to use them, right? I'm saying you now, 2023, right? If they win that championship, then it's acceptable because they haven't gained an advantage. But these two championships, this one and last season, they've had an advantage on everyone else. That's why I'm not counting any of it. I'm not counting any of it, right? Fuck Verstappen. Fuck Red Bull. Right? And fuck Horner as well. Fucking cheats. A lot of them. And Max Verstappen suits their team to a T. Right? Don't forget what he did in Saudi Arabia last season. Oh, Lewis drove up the back of me. Yeah, he'd do it on like he's going to do that on purpose, you twat. Honestly. That's just wound me up, that is. If that is the ruling, then they've got no bollocks about them. If you've cheated last season, right? Schumacher cheated in the last race of last season. He was thrown out in the entire championship. He didn't cheat throughout the championship. He just cheated on the last race, and because of that, he was thrown out of the championship. McLaren were thrown out of all the constructors' points in 2007, right? Because of like getting secrets from Ferrari, if you remember, right? This is just the same, and yet it's only a fine. Come on, where's the consistency? Nowhere. I'm fuming. I'm fuming with that. I'm really
strange.
It's simple, mate. They're so determined to not have Lewis win an 8th title. They're so determined to have Max as their new poster boy. It's fucking clear to see. Oh, God, not Christian Horner.
So it looks like some parts of the track seem reasonably dry.
Some parts of the track. Well, it is quite long, this track. It's about 24, 25 corners, 3.2 miles, something like that.
Yeah, about 1 minute 50.
Yeah. And even then, this could be a 2-hour race because of the weather.
Yeah.
Easily. So this is one as we go. I can't believe that twat moaned about fucking. He moaned about fucking budget caps in Canada, yet he cheated all along. It's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. Right?
What else can you expect these days from Red Bull?
Andre, mate, how you doing, man? What, Andre? What did I say? What did I say about Red Bull? I told you there's something not right. How they can have a quick car this season and spend all their money last season, right? Spend all their money last season to have to try and win the championship, right? And then it's all of a sudden have all the money to be able to spend on this car. I told you there's something ain't right. Yet Mercedes had to save money and restructure their organisation, same as everyone else had to do. I told you something weren't right, and I'm fucking right. And yet, the FIA have got no bollocks. I bet if that was Lewis, he'd get excluded.
Possibly.
I bet you. I bet you. No, I bet you. I bet you. I bet you. I'm not even joking. I would actually think that. Yeah, Mystic Featley, you know what I mean, man? It just didn't make sense. How can you have a quick car this season when you spent all your money last season? And not even just spent all the money, you've overspent, which means you've gained an advantage in last year's championship, right? Which meant Max went on a massive winning run in the middle of the season, right? And this season, you've destroyed the competition all like every single time you've gone out on track. Like Belgian Grand Prix, making it look like it was a fucking like playing F1 22 on amateur mode. That's how easy it was, that Grand Prix for Max. Now I'm sorry, you don't do that by upgrading. You don't do it without upgrading the car, and all that means is you spent money. All money that he said he didn't have, that he said he couldn't possibly do the last races because he wouldn't have the money. It's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. He'll blame it on fucking inflation. That's what he'll do. He'll blame it on inflation, I bet you. How the fuck can you stand there, say Massey did nothing wrong, right? Massey did nothing wrong in that race, right? That to give that Max the championship, right? And all that time, you knew the whole season you were cheating by overspending on that car just to beat Mercedes, or like when you knew you were cheating. Sick. If you can't play fair and follow the rules, don't play at all. That's what I was taught. Obviously, Cristiano wasn't taught that. Fucking hell, I hope his kids don't learn that. I hope his kids fucking learn it. Probably not, though. Knowing they've got him as a dad.
Come on, give us some new news, please.
I swear this is the... Nah, it rained in 2017, mate. If you remember. It rained in 2017, which, if you remember, the two Ferraris hit each other with Max. And who picked up the first place? Hamilton. Just by staying on the outside, man. By the way, it was funny for like watching Max lose his shit like yesterday.
No, why did you guys say that?
yeah, you know what I mean. The Flying Irishman, big up yourself. How you doing? Hola. I wish I could say start procedure will start at 5:08. Pit lane will open at 25 minutes past the hour. Formation lap at 5 minutes past 9, which will be 5 minutes past 2.
Oh.
We're on! Let's go!
Let's go.
Can't
touch this.
Stop! Hammer time! Oh yeah, that's right. But hardly rains. Yeah, to be fair, he hardly does, especially, which is quite weird knowing what the weather's like.
Oh no, mate. The formation lap is in an hour, not in 5 minutes.
No, it's in an hour. Yeah, I said it's an hour.
Still have to wait an hour though.
That's all right. We've got loads to talk about.
Better than 4 hours.
Oscar Piastri going to AlphaTauri this season. Next season. AlphaTauri.
Not Piastri.
Piastri. No, De Vries. Sorry, De Vries. Sorry.
Yeah.
You are right. Oh, look, there is. Last time it rained, look. You see? Look at that. Oh, you got to love it when two Ferraris come together.
I don't.
I just remember, like, I was just thinking, like, Hamilton must be thinking, it's my lucky day. And then literally the next season after that, you got Ferrari. It got to that stage in the season, they just looked desperate, didn't they? So, but do you know what? I'm very surprised with Mercedes this weekend. They are very, 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 very. I'm very surprised with Mercedes. This is usually not one of their strongest tracks, to be fair. So like it's because of their long wheelbase. They've never usually liked street circuits, but they've seemed to have done very, very, very well this weekend. If I'm not remembering, and definitely up there for the fight this weekend. And because it's raining, it's anyone's game, right? It's not just like Leclerc up front. It will be Leclerc. It will be Hamilton, and I'm sure it will be who else would it be? Yeah, I think it will be also Verstappen coming through the field. There's going to be lots of action in this Grand Prix, I can tell you that right now. But yeah, what do you think about De Vries going to Alpine? For He's also the Formula E World Champion. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I like the move. He did well at Monza. He did really well, to be fair. He immediately outclassed Latifi, but that's not
Did
very
he,
difficult
did he
at
get
this
a
point.
point?
2 points.
He
He
got
finished
2 points.
ninth.
I said he got two. I said he would get 2 points, didn't I?
I
I said
mean,
he'd
for the
get a
first
point.
race, it's really good. So, I mean, of course, it's another Dutchman who was a better character than Verstappen, so I like it.
Oh yeah, if people don't know, Tycho is Dutch, but he doesn't support for Max.
Nope.
Oh, do you remember that the first night race? Renault. Do you remember Renault in their first night race?
No.
You remember the first? You don't remember what happened in the first night race with Renault, where Alonso pitted before the safety car, right? And then Nelson Piquet was instructed to crash into the wall to bring out the safety car, which then got Alonso up the field.
That was before I watched F1.
Yeah, well, what happened was Alonso, because Alonso was told to because Alonso was at the about 14th, somewhere like that. He was doing he was doing a different sort of strategy. So he pitted early, pitted way before everyone else, and then decided to. And then Nelson Piquet was instructed by Pat Simmons, and they found out Flavio Briatore knew about the plan. This is why Flavio Briatore is not allowed back in Formula One. They instructed Piquet to crash the car to bring the safety car out. And what that meant is that the drivers that needed to pit for fuel then had to pit while the pit lane was closed, which meant they got a penalty, right? And it caused utter chaos, right? So, and all in all, it got Alonso to get up the front of the field and win the race. Pretty much, right? Which, to be honest, is again another one cheating, but the FIA showed no bollocks to fire him out of that fucking Grand Prix completely and give the win. Back in the day, right? If you did something like that, you get thrown out. You get thrown out of the Grand Prix, and the result will go to second place. But it's like I said, like I said, the FIA over recent years, especially like the last couple of years, have had no bollocks about them. Right? So I tell you what, for the drivers, this is probably going to be absolutely nerve-wracking. They've had that they've had that wet running in qualifying, but I don't know whether they were preparing for an actual wet weather race this weekend. You can see the weather has stopped. It is completely stopped. But it's the funny thing is it stopped, and you can tell, but that they are absolutely boiling in the pit lane. It's just about getting the track dry and as dry as possible. I don't know whether they'll start on full wets. They'll go to probably intermediates. Whether they go to slicks, it took ages yesterday for them to get to slicks in qualifying. It took them to the very last session, right? And even then, they were struggling. And like everyone else was doing like conservative laps to bring tire temperature, but Hamilton was just on it, bang, straight on it. Right, so after the first one, Hamilton was 2 seconds clear, and I'm like, yes, please, I'll have some of that. Right, you know what I mean? So Andre thinks Gasly's going to Alpine. Then, what do you think?
Yeah, that is the obvious move. I I think it will happen. It's like, who else will go to Alpine if not Gasly, you know?
I think so. Gasly needs to get away from Red Bull's academy now. Be his own man. He's not going to get another chance in that Red Bull.
Definitely not.
Like, no one will never do it. You only get that. Like, they'll only get one chance. But the one thing I will say is that the freeze off to we've got the freeze off to AlphaTauri, Gasly going to Alpine, Oscar Piastri, I believe, he's going to McLaren, isn't he?
Yeah.
McLaren, yes, he's going to McLaren. Right, in the place of Daniel Ricciardo. Do you think Daniel Ricciardo he's not got a seat for next year? Do you? I think he'll be gone. Do you think he'll come? Do you think that Daniel Ricciardo will get a seat for next year because he's determined to drive that Las Vegas Grand Prix? He really wants to do it.
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, where would he go? You know.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. So, do you actually see him ever coming back in Formula One? So, if he doesn't come back next season, I don't think he will.
I'm afraid not. Like, I love Ricciardo. He's a good guy, but I mean, he's just not that good anymore. You know? Yeah.
He's lost it. And do you know what? I had this debate with Wajid. If you're watching, mate, sorry if I said your name on, mate. I had this on my show, a Check a Fag show about Alonso, but the last few results, Alonso's been looking very quick in that Alpine. That Alpine is definitely on their way up, right? All it needs is it doesn't need the front runners to start overspending on budget caps. Red Bull, right? To for them to catch up, because the old part of the old budget cap and restrictions on everyone, the further up the grid you go, is so that all the teams get to become more closer together than they were back in 2011, 2010, something like that. So everyone has a fair chance. I think it will be Hulkenberg or Schumacher for the Haas seat. Don't rule out Sargent either. Haas are an American team. Sargent is an American driver. Very good. That's a very good point. I see Sargent going to Williams personally, though. Yeah, I mean, they need someone quality.
Yeah, Williams needs someone.
They need someone quality. Right, Latifi's on his way out. Why didn't he fuck off last season?
No, maybe.
No, if he fucked off last season, Hamilton would be an 8-time world champion by now. Prick. Nah, mate. Look. Anyway, but like Latifi's just not there, is he? He's not that driver. Gasly chance to become number one driver at a better team. Yeah, exactly. Also Alonso, and Ocon was already getting stronger. Gasly and Ocon going to be stronger as well. So Andre thinking Alonso may stop. Do you think that's possible? Doesn't look like he wants to stop.
He'll do one season at least with Aston Martin.
Probably. Oh yeah, he's going to Aston Martin, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, Andre, that's not funny. I'm still hurting. I'm still hurting from Abu Dhabi. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna. I mean, this. Do you know what? So, what I love about a street circuit in the wet, no, you can't make a mistake. Unlike Abu Dhabi, that's a street circuit. You've got so many runoff areas. You ain't got any runoff areas here. You've got places to spin the car around, but you haven't got really a lot of like actual runoff area. To say if you miss the corner, you go across the runoff area in the middle. You've actually only got barriers, which is what street circuits are supposed to do, right? And in a circuit like this, where the humid, don't forget, we've got temperatures, our cockpit temperatures are about 50 degrees. The body temperature during a 2-hour race will go up to about 41 degrees. Now, I want to put this in comparison. Last time I was 41 degrees, I was absolutely knocked out, having tubes at God knows what to keep me alive, right? In not intensive care after surgery, and I had a mat hovering over us, and how it hovered over us is the reason it was all hovering over us is because it was blowing cold air onto my body to cool me down, right? To be fair, when I woke up and realised how hot the room was, I was asking, can I have the fucking mat back, please? Because it was fucking boiling. But like I said, and they've got to part with these temperatures and their body temperature at that temperature for probably a whole 2 hours. 2 hours.
Insane, isn't it?
I can't put up on my body temperature at fucking 41 degrees for 5 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? It's mad. And do you think, like, this is in the night? Could you imagine it in the day?
Oh, God.
Jeez. Jeez.
Don't even want to think about it.
They're just showing the driver cam of Ocon. These driver cams this season have been absolutely a revelation. They should do so many more of these.
No rain expected.
I would have loved to. Do you know what? I would love a driver cam of this on Hamilton's 2018 pole lap around Singapore. That
would be.
I don't care what anyone says. That is by far the best lap I've ever seen around Singapore. Ever. If you go back and watch it, Hamilton, Singapore 2018 pole lap. Right? You get to there's still the clip there watching it on board. He doesn't miss a braking point, doesn't miss an apex, doesn't get any wheel spin, maximum traction out of every corner. And this is 24 corners, you got to remember. He compared this to being Monaco on steroids. Monaco on steroids. And that's not including the weather, right? With all the weather and the body temperature and everything like that, not 1 ounce of a problem. And it was a lap that even Mercedes were like, how the fuck has he done that? Mercedes was like, well, that was good. It was so good, that lap, that his second attempt was nowhere near it. He was like 5 tenths off in his second attempt. It was that good. Right? And they looked about 5th or 6th throughout the whole weekend because they were predicted to be 5th or 6th in that weekend because how long base their car is. Right? Because of the philosophy of their car. It was absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. And I say this to anyone who fucking doubts Hamilton. Go and watch that lap. And you fucking try it. You try it on a game. You try doing it on a game. Not real life, just on a game, right? That doesn't even have half the fucking shit you have to go through, right? On the track. You just do it in a game. Getting every single corner right. You'll have to fucking flashback on the F22 game 4, 5, 6, 7 times around this lap to get it that perfect. And even then, you still won't get it perfect because the track, there'll always be lack of traction out of somewhere. You'll lock a brake. It's mad that how good that was. This is why anyone that says he's only there in records because he's had the great car. Well, so did fucking Schumacher. So did Senna.
Most people won't.
Anyone who wins a championship has to have a good car. Unless you're Ferrari.
Okay.
mate, you've got to take the memes. Yeah, you got.
I know we're shit, but
mate, if you need some of our strategists, just say so. Like, we'll loan them out to you.
Oh.
At least you'll actually win a race.
I mean, it's mostly, it's also the Mercedes strategy is to fuck Lewis over last season in Abu Dhabi for not pitting him.
No. Don't you start on that one. No. No, Tycho, you knew if he pitted, Max would have stayed out. And I'll bet you not, Massey would have run it to the end of the race. I bet you.
But still, Lewis would have newer tires.
He couldn't have pitted. Because if they pitted him and then they decided, oh, we'll end it behind the safety car, they'll look like the biggest fucking mugs going. You know?
Yeah, okay.
So they couldn't pit him.
Okay.
They couldn't pit him.
Fair enough.
So, Callum Eilert, another one without an F1 seat. Is this Mercedes' last chance to win a race this season? I don't think so. Like, I'll never discount Lewis out on that and anything. But I'll tell you what, if this is the season, he finally doesn't win a race this season in a season, that is a fucking record and a half, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He's gone through what? He's been here since 2008. 14 years without winning one race in one championship in a season. He's won at least one race a season for 14 years straight. That's not even Schumacher, Senna, all the greats have not done that. And yet people still write him off, saying he's this, he's that, he's all the other. You don't have to love the guy. It's the nature
of F1 fans.
This is the thing. No, you don't. I'm not saying you don't have to love the guy, but you give respect to him. Mm-hmm. The only reason I'm not respecting Max's fucking achievements is because he's doing it in a car that's cheated. That because, like we just mentioned earlier in this program, right? And obviously, Andre, if you haven't heard, obviously, Red Bull. I will go through it again. The main title is on this video. We'll go through it. This tweet, thanks to Tycho, Red Bull Racing and Aston Martin fined 7.5 million and less time in the wind tunnel, all because they overspent majorly. They had overspent last season. They had spent more money than they were supposed to last season. Right? They spent so much money to get the car to win the championship last season, right? And then also that money's been used because you can tell by how dominant they've been this season. That cut money's also been used to develop this car this season, right? And yet he's sat there in Canada bitching that he's got no money to spend and he'd have to sit out the last few Grand Prix if he has to because he's got no money. Well, he's just overspent because he's cheated. So they've cheated in 2021. And because of that, they've got an advantage in 2022 on everyone else and cheated. So it means they've cheated in this season. They've cheated in both 21 and 22. Right? And I was about to say, congrats to Max. If he did win it in this race, right? I would have said, congrats to Max. You deserve it this time. But after hearing this, right, and the fact he's doing it in a car that's got so much of an advantage and has cheated, right, in both seasons, I am not counting it. I'm not counting it. When he starts doing it in a car that's legit then I'll start counting his championships. Then I'll start giving respect to his achievements. But until then, I ain't saying he deserves that at all. Because if the FIA are bollocks, they fucking fire him out. If you fucking can't play fair, don't play at all, right? And they cheated last season all the way through it, so they should have been thrown out the championship. Or at least the driver's title should have been given up. Because they've cheated to get it. Simple. Simple as that. And no one's changing my mind over it. Right? If they win the title next season, right, and that Max Verstappen wins the title next season, then I'll give him credit. And actually, speaking of Mercedes, right, Mercedes are going to have to think about their concept for next year, whether they go with this new no side pod doobie what's it, which has produced well in some races, but in most races hasn't. Do you feel for Mercedes needs to start looking at a different philosophy for next season?
Possibly, yeah, because like right now it's not looking that advantageous, is it?
Well, not.
Yeah, possibly.
Aston Martin overspending, I'm howling. Yeah, I know. At least Red Bull actually made themselves champions out of it. Like, fucking Aston Martin, they've spent all that money and they still ain't done anything right. Look how dry that track is now. On the sharp finish straight. Look. Look at it.
Way drier now.
I think they will start on intermediates, probably. Oh, Bernd Meilander. I remember meeting him at the 2019 British Grand Prix. I asked him, said, what does it feel like to always start at the back? He did laugh at that comment. But, like, to be fair, like, I wouldn't mind that job, driving a massive, like super duper Mercedes around a track. Like, I wouldn't mind that job. Like, wouldn't mind that job at all. 41 minutes and 58 seconds to go to the Singapore Grand Prix start. After so many days.
Long. That's long.
Don't worry, we've got... It's plenty of time. It's plenty of time. It's... Next, we got Japan after this, I believe. Next week.
Indeed.
Suzuka. Finally back at Suzuka after a few years away because of COVID. What do you... I'm probably expecting Red Bull to be dominant there. Right.
Probably because it's on the circuit.
Well, they've done really well at that circuit in previous history. I mean, I know these are different types of cars completely, but not just that as well, but they've got so much like power out of that engine, which down the back straight up to Spoon towards the last chicane is going to be absolutely key for them as well, that last sector. Oh, speaking of which, there come the cars. The cars are now going to... Now, what the cars will probably do, the drivers will probably... They're waiting for the pit lane to open. They'll probably come out, do a lap on the wet tyre, right, to get an idea of how wet the circuit is. They'll come back in the pits, give back the data, go out again, and then go out. They'll probably do if they go in the pits after doing a lap instead of going to the grid, it gives them a few laps to give them an idea of what the conditions are like for the start of the race, so they can just judge right of what tire they want to be on. I've just seen a McLaren on Ints, so Max is on wets. Alpha Tauri is on wets, I believe. There's a McLaren parked up behind him on Inters.
Look at the chaos. Why is Gasly stopped
there?
There's
a Mercedes on wets.
Inter's on Leclerc.
Inter's on Leclerc. They're taking a bit. If they've not been out on the circuit, they're taking a bit risk with Inters. I know they're only coasting round, but like I would want to be on wets and give it a little bit of grunt, if you know what I mean, a little bit of power to like a push around the circuit to see how this to see how the conditions are like when you're trying to put your foot down.
Well, we'll see.
Right, so watching Max on full wets now. So over the Anderson Bridge into onto the back straight now. He's I think most will probably start on wets. I mean, some could start on wets, some could start on inters. It looks probably a little too wet to be starting on ints for me. But then I'm not the driver, so there you go. You don't know what they could be feeling. It does look around this bit here look very treacherous if you're on intermediate tires.
Looks very wet.
It looks very wet. So if it was me, I would go for wets. I'll go wet.
Yeah, it's very wet still.
Whoa.
There's a lot of spray coming off those tires of Verstappen.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of in between, but because the barriers are so narrow.
You can't look. You literally can't see anything.
Yeah, the visibility's difficult because of the visibility will be difficult because of the how narrow the circuit is.
Yeah, this ain't it.
All the barriers and everything. It's gonna be yeah. So watch this. Everyone goes in the pits, right? So they can go back. They'll probably just drive straight through the pits and then come back out on the other side and do another lap. Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, look, the Mercedes has just driven straight past their pit box. So is the McLaren of Norris, just driven on straight by, and then going back out for another lap. Right. So let's have a look at Max. What's he done here? Oh, tippy toe. Don't stick it in a wall now, will ya? I've seen that before. I've seen him do that before. Do you remember?
Yesterday.
He's going. Hang on, he's going back on inters. That's a smart move, actually. To be fair, do one lap on wets, then do another lap on the intermediates and see what's best. If you know what I mean. Right. So I'm not putting money on Ferrari to win today, as it's Ferrari. They would still fuck up at 2p. Fuck up at a 2p drop at Blackpool Amusements. I'm not saying Perez because Red Bull will say get out of the way for Max. I'm going for a Hamilton win. Get in! Yay! But it won't shock me if Max does win the race. Yeah. Yeah, good point. So if you remember, this is 2017, and then Max gets sandwiched by the two Ferraris. I don't know. Do you know what? Even to this day, I don't know what the fuck you two were doing. Like, what them two were doing. What were they doing?
I wish I knew.
Like, and then Hamilton's sitting there with Vettel in front of him. He's like, okay, I can live a second. And then all of a sudden he sees Vettel spin on his own fluid. I'm like, yeah, boy. And what's funny is that, like, the lack of pace they've had all weekend, it like, compared to the Red Bull, because the only other challenger was Ricardo, right? The Red Bull meant that how do I say this? Is that, yeah, the Red Bull was still faster than, like, the Mercedes in that weekend. We were 5th and 6th, but Ricardo couldn't put any impression on him in the wet. Oh, I felt sorry for Alonso in that race, to be fair. He avoided everyone and then got absolutely shunted out.
Verstappen goes straight on.
Yeah, let's have a look. Verstappen. Oh, locks up. He locks up. No, mate, the circuit's not that way. You got to turn left. He's some world champion, he is. Something tells me he'll probably start on wets after that one. I'm still saying it's wets for me.
Probably. Like, look, if you go just a little bit wide in that corner, you just go in a puddle of water. It's... Nah.
Alright, let me log into the... Yeah, is this going to be a static start, or are they going to do a rolling start? That's a good point.
I think rolling.
I hope it's static. There's no rolling. The last time they did a wet start in Singapore, it was a static. Oh, fucking hell.
Come on.
$31 minutes left.
So he actually starts.
Let me try one more time. No. Right. So some drivers are now approaching the grid after having a couple of spins or a couple of laps around the circuit. So what do you think everyone's probably going to go on, Tio? Ints or wets?
Right now, I think full wets.
Full wets.
Yeah.
Standing start?
I think rolling at this point.
Well, they've done. Well, we'll wait and see. Trying to launch the loading. There you go. So let's have a look. So DRS enabled.
What? Surely it's not dry enough for that.
Well, it said DRS disabled zone 1 and 3 and 2. Now it's saying DRS enabled 1 and 3. Makes no sense to me.
Neither. I don't like that, to be honest.
Pit exit closed. So it probably means that everyone's has to go to the grid. Right, let's see what Verstappen's had to say.
We have a bit more water than start of qualifying, but I think it will be soon. Understood.
So he's predicting inters as soon as the race starts. So it might be tempting some drivers to start on the ints. What's Perez saying? If it's going to play, that is. It seems to be quite wet for this tyre, so and he was on ints. Come on, bloody play, you swat. Come on. Right, double yellow in track sector 9. Turn 9, basically, I'm guessing. Probably someone's one wide. Jesus Christ. Oh, I don't know why. This ain't working. Why is this not working? Why is this not working?
That lockup as he is. What is that? Turn 18? Is that again? It just feels like the pedal goes so stiff. I lose all the confidence on the brakes when it does that.
That was Albon, so he's not happy with his brakes. Let's see if we can get Perez now. No, still can't get Perez. Obviously, Red Bull don't want me listening to him. They probably paid me to. They probably paid me to stop it. Sorry, sorry about that, but I'll try and sort that out if we can. I'm going. Yeah. Big up, Robert Mertens. Hope you're doing well, my friend. If you are new to the channel, do hit the like, the subscribe button. We try and do a watch along for every qualifying and race. Bearing in mind I don't run into the football at the same time, obviously. With my other channel, SFeatleyTV. But if you are new to the channel, hit the like, hit the subscribe, get your questions in. Who are you going for this Grand Prix? Like, who are you going to go for this Grand Prix? I'm going for... I'm feeling Hamilton's going to do it. I'm feeling Hamilton's going to do it. Robert, thank you very much. Really do appreciate that. Really, really do. My guess is gonna be a Lewis win. Right? What are you thinking, Theo?
I mean, nice and biased as always, and I'm gonna say Charles Leclerc.
Are you strongly betting on that?
No. I just want it to happen.
Yeah, I thought so, man.
I want to celebrate a race win again.
I'll get your point, man. Hey, you've got celebrate wins to celebrate this season. We haven't.
Yeah. Okay.
All this bitching.
Please.
Honestly.
You won a championship last season.
Yeah, and we won fuck all this year. Just because we won it last season, don't mean I'm happy with this season.
Fair enough.
Right, let's get some of these in, actually, the base. Light. Oh, Felipe Massa.
Woo. Woo. Woo.
I think Felipe Massa was a decent driver for you.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it was just Ferrari again, keeping him from winning a title.
Oh, no, that was funny.
No, that was Timo Glock, actually.
That was funny, that was. You were celebrating for like 30 seconds.
Glock, man. Timo Glock.
Massa's forever remembered as the 30-second champion. Oh, mate. Like, with 2 laps to go, right, and with Hamilton being overtaken, I was doing a flip. I was flipping my lid. Right, like Ferrari have done this again. They've cheated him out of it. Blah 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 blah. Right, actually going mental. Then I saw Timo Glock on the last corner, the last lap of the last race, and I'm like, there is a Lord. That, oh mate, trust me, I've never been so grateful for rain and a slow driver in all my life. But do you know what? Why it beats what happened last season is because he was natural. He wasn't orchestrated. Right? They tried to do last season what they got on in 2008. Right? Right? The driver winning it on the last lap of the race. Right? Not only did the Hamilton not win it on the last lap of the race, he won it on the last lap of the last corner. The last corner race. Of the last race, of the last lap, of the last lap, of the last race, of the championship.
It's so complicated. It's
yeah, but it's simple. He did it right on the final corner of the season, right?
Insane.
And it was only because of natural weather. Wasn't orchestrated like under a FIA stupid decision, right? Because we have to finish the race behind the green. No, you don't. You're supposed to follow the fucking rules. Right? Which is what you did in 2012. Then the rest put it in a war in Brazil, which meant that the safety car came out, which means it finished on the safety car, which meant Vettel became world champion. Right? So don't sit there and tell me that we had to do it on the green flag. It is amazing how dry that is now. It doesn't look like it's been raining at all now. Does it? It doesn't look like it's been raining at all. No, wait to see how.
It's still very wet on some places of the track, so.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the start finish.
Yeah.
Alright. You know what? In that heat, when it was raining, I would have been standing outside in my t-shirt. Right, just letting the rain pour on us. Getting absolutely soaked. Right, because I know after when it stops, I'll be boiling my nuts off, right, sweating like God knows what. So if I was a driver, I would have been standing outside while it was raining and actually tipping it down. Which, by the way, when we started this program about an hour and 12 minutes ago, it really did look like we could be ended up with a serious delay.
Yep. Luckily, that's not the case anymore.
No, luckily it managed to stop. And it's drained quite well as well. It's not just dry because of the tropical weather, it's drained away quite well. Alright. There's always going to be parts of the track that are more wet than others. But gradually, like the whole track in gradual terms has been. Oh, look. Do you know what I just saw in Adrian Newey's pocket? Do you know what I just saw in his pocket?
What?
All the extra dosh Red Bull have been spending. For his aerodynamic designs. Oh, we didn't break the budget cap. No, we didn't. We ain't got no money. I'll just buy another aerodynamic part here, another aerodynamic part there. You know what I mean? Where's the money, mate? Can't believe that, honestly. So, what have we found out this year about Red Bull? They've been racially abusive to Hamilton, well, a number of their staff. They've done a very racist leaked video, right, towards Barack Obama. They've bitched about budget cap rules because they said they've spent too much money because of inflation, when actually every other team's been able to invest and save up, right? They've quite easily and then also, whilst they're moaning about budget caps, we now realise they've broken the rules in the budget caps. But yet it's Red Bull, so they'll get away with it. It's the same as like the whole racial thing with Lewis. Right? They all put a statement out after what happened at the British Grand Prix last season towards Lewis Hamilton, all the racial abuse he got. Right? Do you know what's funny? Right? They're doing that statement while their own employees are fucking racially abusing him. Dickheads. Absolute dickheads. Right? So, yeah, that's Red Bull in a nutshell. All right. See if I can get Reverend John on.
Oh man, it's 15 minutes to go. can hear a bit of the music, by the way. I don't know if that's a big of an issue, but...
What's that?
I can hear a bit of the music on your screen.
Oh, look. How about?
Yeah, better. That's better.
Come on, Lewis. You know I'm getting nervous. I'm starting eating. I've got dinner later, and I'm eating all over the place. I feel the convenience one.
Not long to go now.
No, not long to go now. Only 15 minutes pretty much ready to go now. Right, so there we are. I mean, look at Norris there. Like, if you can see, look how wet he is already. Right, how hot he is. That's why, if I was him, in the wet weather, even if it meant he put another kilo in the car, I would have fucking made sure I was absolutely soaked. So now by the time I get in the car, it would have dried out.
Oh.
Right, hang on, I'm just going to put myself on mute and just listen what,
Yeah, all good.
right, so Max Verstappen wasn't getting the bite from the brakes. So they've been rushing around trying to solve the issue, right, to make sure he gets the bite that he wants. I laugh they've sort of done all that work and then they still don't.
Alonso expects to go from intermediates to dry tires.
Wow. Why, did you say that on your channel?
No, I just saw a tweet about it.
I think everyone will start on Ints, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
If some people are going to gamble with Ints, saying it's that dry already, then everyone's got to do it, because otherwise you're wasting a pit stop, aren't you?
Yeah.
You have to go from wet to Ints, then Ints to dry. If you know what I mean. Right, let me get another drink. Well, tell you what, if they haven't got a nice drink to go in there, like, I know, like, in the space of about 3-4 laps, a block of ice will probably turn to water in their water bottles when they start drinking it. But if I was them, I would still put it in there just in case. So the first few laps it'll be cold. Oh, important news as well, and I completely forgot about this because of the whole situation with the weather. George Russell, who would have been starting in 11th, somewhere around there, I believe it was. He's going to be starting at the back of the grid. He has to take a new power unit, which is probably what was the issues that were causing him problems during qualifying. So they've replaced the power unit to solve the problem, which meant that now he will start at the back of the grid. Right, just keep talking for a minute while I just go through the...
Right. So, just 8 minutes to go before formation lap procedure. Still looks bone dry, so I don't think there'll be any instructions. Of course, on the pit lane, on start finish, it looks the track looks dry, but it's just a situation in the corners, like under the bridge, it looks very wet, and we'll have to see how wet it still is there. But start finish, it looks bone dry. Here you can just drive with normal slicks, I reckon, but yeah, it's just all the corners
I'll
which
be back in 2 sets, mate. I'm just going to get some ice.
Right. Of course, Singapore is a beautiful track, so I hope we can actually drive it with slicks eventually, which will happen, no doubt. God, it's a beautiful tower. Yeah, 5 minutes to go now. Oh. I reckon there's a few possibilities for a winner this race. I think the front runners are definitely Leclerc and Hamilton for the win. Could be maybe an underdog win, like maybe Sainz could win. Knowing Verstappen, he could also easily win this with no contention really. We'll have to see. Of course, Singapore is a really tight track, so any small mistakes will cost you deeply. The really only big runoff areas at the start where you still have a quite decent amount of space, but for example under the bridge there's just no space at all. That being said, oh Christ. Right.
Sorry about that, mate. We'll be there set.
Commentary down. Steven, I can hear the commentary.
Oh.
Quite well.
It's like Mumble buy me some sweets for this, but they bought the wrong sweets.
I can hear the commentary quite well.
That's better.
Yeah, way better.
Sorry about that.
I can already hear though that you're way in front of me, which is annoying.
That's alright. I can't do much about that. Why is it they've got the soft tire looking like an orange?
It's red. Orange, yeah. That does look quite orange.
It looks quite orange, that one, didn't it? I'm like, hang on a minute. I swear we've gone past 2019. They're all red. It's all red, yellow, and silver now.
Starting grids. Russell will start from the pit lane. Let's see if he in 19th.
Albon
will start 18th.
Albon 18th. Ocon 17th. Ricardo 16th. Bottas 15th. Right, Zhou 14th. Sebastian Vettel in his last Singapore Grand Prix 13th. Right. Mick Schumacher 12th, Lance Stroll in 11th, Sonoda and Magnussen 9th, Tio.
Oh yes, Verstappen will start in 8th. That's very nice. Gasly in 7th. Norris will start from 6th. Alonso 5th.
Well, I'll go for this. And then Sainz 4th, Lewis Hamilton in 3rd. Then the front of the grid is Sergio Perez and your man Tycho.
Charles Leclerc.
Let's
get in there.
Let's go. Let's get ready for this. We've been waiting over an hour.
Let's get it started.
Let's get into this. Singapore Grand Prix. How far will everyone go until the switch into dry tyres? Is there actually more rain on the way though? I want to check the forecast.
I don't think so. Looking from what I've seen on the screens, I don't think so.
Shit. I need to load that up again now. Right, let me just quickly load that up, man. Marina. Bay. Singapore. Weather. No, it's going to stay dry. Very little chance of rain from now on. About 14%.
Good.
So it should stay dry. Right, I will keep myself on the live timing as well.
And that's a sort of formation lap.
Yep, formation lap. Here we go. Everyone's starting on the intermediate tyres. In between wets and slicks. these tyres are like one of remarkable tyres, to be fair. They could go from pretty much near safety car conditions, right, which is when you really want to be having a full wet tyre on, right? Full wet tyres usually when there's literally about to be called a safety car to stop the race. And then you've got, it runs all the way to pretty much, if you keep them cool down the straights or in the parts you don't go of the circuit that have got the still spare water on the side of the circuit that's been chucked away by the by these tyres, it can go from pretty much to nearly bone dry. So this will be the critical phase, will be the switch to the front to the dry tyres, and who will blink first. Surely, as most of the drivers will want to get a good mileage into the race before making that pit stop, so they don't have to do so many pit stops. They can try and get away with the one. But what do you think, Theo? How do you think? How long do you think before we start seeing dries?
I mean, there's still quite some space in there, and still some puddles on the track. So I think it might still be a while, to be honest.
It did take its time during qualifying.
Yeah, that's why. And look, it's still very wet there. So
very, very wet there. We've got to be careful around there.
Wait, why is Perez in front all of a sudden?
Oh no, that's Max, mate.
Oh yeah. What to say?
So Leclerc's trying to back the field up now. Look, now he doesn't really. You want to have some residual heat in the tire, but it's not as important as having the temperature in the dry tire. If you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Now you see him trying to do burnouts, get him backing up the grid while trying to steer left and right, and doing burnouts to get as much heat into the tires as possible whilst keeping the grid in line. But it's not so much of an issue with, let's put it this way, he doesn't. Oh look, 350th Grand Prix from Fernando Alonso at the circuit where he cheated in one of his Grand Prix victories.
302,000 people in attendance.
Risk of rain is 20%.
So it's going. It's going up.
Right. So George Russell comes out of the pits.
Come on. Come on, Leclerc, come on. I need a race win again, man.
Right. Come on, Lewis. Come on, Lewis. Need that win, man. We need that win. Come on, Lewis. You've got it. You got this. Last time it was wet. You won here. 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4, 5. Lights out and it's go. Slow start.
It's not a good start from Leclerc. It's a good start from Perez, though.
And Perez will take the lead. Perez will take the lead into the first corner. Hamilton's going to hang around the outside. He's forced off the track. Sainz will slip in the third. Hamilton down to 4th. Hamilton did very well on the aquaplaning, on the very wet surface on the runoff here to stay in contention. But it's Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton, then the McLaren.
Is that Vettel into 7th or 8th?
I'm not sure, but where's Max Verstappen? Max Verstappen has had a stinker.
No, yellow flags. Oh, green again.
Max Verstappen's had a stinker.
But he gets past.
What's the position he is?
He gets past
down in 12th. He's down
12th.
in 12th.
Really?
No, make that 11th. He's just got past Magnussen.
Whoa, that was very close.
Oh, God, jeez.
That's close, my God.
Oh, he's nearly in the bonus!
Go on, Magnussen!
Go on, Magnussen! Put some fucking manners on him!
You can only do that
when someone does it to you, do ya?
Go on, Magnussen.
Love it. I literally thought he's going to drive him in the wall.
Yeah, me too.
So Perez leads, Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton. Then it's Norris, Alonso, Gasly, Vettel, Tsunoda, Stroll, Magnussen. Then Verstappen.
Terrible start from Verstappen.
Yeah, he's gone from 8th to 12th. Vettel gained 5 places off the start, the most of any driver. Already, they're trying to find some more residual. They're trying to go offline to find some to cool the tires down in the wet part of the circuit.
Magnussen has the end plate loose. And that's Verstappen. Yeah, the front wing is damaged from Magnussen.
Will get past him.
And front wing is damaged.
Is he going to try and go for Lance Stroll? Lance Stroll has got the slow of the Mercedes power. He's not going to resist too much. And he doesn't resist too much. To be fair, it's one of those like, let me put it this way. Stroll's not in that fight, so he's just let him go. He'd be losing more time if he fought him.
It's, by the way, it's 1-0 to Man City, if you were interested in that.
Well, it really doesn't help us, actually. We need them to draw or win.
Yeah.
Man United. We need Man United to win or draw, to be fair. But didn't take them long, did it?
Nope.
How long did it take them?
8 minutes.
Fucking 8 minutes. Phil Foden, I thought would be out in hand. I forgot about my fantasy team yet again.
Oh, no.
I got hit by Sainz at the start. He sent me white. Yeah.
Yeah, they did touch, but it's just
a bit of a wetness. Sainz. Oh, mate, he's had a anti-stall. Oh, mate.
World champion, by the way. World champion.
This is supposed to be the next world champion again. He's supposed to be a back-to-back world champion.
Well, he will be,
man.
But...
No wonder he needed his fucking team to overspend to win championships. No wonder they needed him to overspend. You know?
So in one incident involving Hamilton and Sainz reviewed no further investigation.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that is fair enough, to be fair. Come on, Lewis. Everyone else is just pacing each other at the minute.
I told you about these tires. In future, you need to listen to me. No grip. Just Hamilton.
Oh, shit.
But what other tires would you do? Because, like, surely they're...
It's not got to dry yet. It's way too wet.
Yeah. Too much spray.
He's just going to have to live with it for now, but he's going to get up. He's being
so in one incident involving Verstappen, no further investigation, leaving the track and getting an advantage. I haven't seen that. Of course not.
No, he leapt across the curb, didn't he? Between the curb. They leapt across the runoff area in between the pit exit and the actual curb of the corner.
Best to know that now.
Of course, that's not getting an advantage, is it? No, of course not. Last time I checked on the game, if I jumped over those curbs, I'd get punished for exceeding track limits.
Yeah, that's.
So Verstappen's now got himself back up to 9th, but now he's It looks like he's stuck there for now. And in the meantime, Zhou, who pretty much let him through. There's Magnussen running very wide. And then he fancies a look up. Max goes round the outside. Oh, they touch. Max and Magnussen touched.
Yeah, that front wing is definitely damaged.
I don't think we're causing too much of a problem, to be fair. It's very minimal.
Oh, Albon.
Oh, Albon.
Looks like he got touched there, to be honest.
I think he's hit the barriers as well.
I think he got touched there by someone.
Yeah, but I think he hit the barrier, like he reversed into the barrier. Because he all of a sudden just stopped.
Go on, Leclerc. Get on the back of him, come on.
So Leclerc pressurizing Perez at the minute.
Get on the back of him.
What can you do? You've got a car that's not been outspent, but you're racing against a car that's been like outspent on you. What are you supposed to do, mate?
Yeah.
Right. Sure, you would love to say get past the guy, but that car's had so much money spent on it, and you've only had the budget to spend on it. So no wonder it's going to be ahead of you. A new fastest lap by Sergio Perez. Go into that one now. So Perez will lead at 1.3 seconds. Sainz 5.1 seconds from Leclerc. Hamilton 2.2. So he's gained a bit back on Sainz and must be finding something out there. Because he was a bit further back than that.
Boo.
What? Yoss, you're going to moan that Perez is at front? That guy's a dick. No wonder Max is a dickhead. He got a dad like a dickhead as well. It's only because, like, let me put it this way. The reason, Max is the way he is because his dad's so bitter that he had to be number 2 for Schumacher. You should have fucking drove faster then, shouldn't he?
Yeah. Verstappen getting very close to Vettel now.
Yeah. But it's all right. It's better getting close, but it's overtaking. That's the tricky part, especially around this circuit. So they'll go right, left again. And Max is taking his time to catch up to Vettel, actually. And whilst there's a new fastest lap for Charles Leclerc, a 2:03. On this pace, we'll go 2 hours.
Ugh.
We will go 2 hours solid on this pace.
So, like, 2 hours from where it started, or 2 hours from the original race start time?
No, 2 hour start, mate, because it's at an hour. So we have 3 hour left, so to do the race, so it'll be a 2 hour race. Fuck me. Get under the 2 minutes, please.
Come on, Leclerc.
But it does show one thing: we're very far off of the slick times at the minute. Yeah. I think the slick times were around about 1:49, something like that.
Norris says, as you can tell, it's not drying up very soon.
Oh, Jesus. It's like Turkey last year, innit? It took forever to dry, didn't it? And even then, it didn't dry, did it? So it just stayed wet. Same again. You would think it'd dry in that weather with the heat. But for some reason, it's not. Perez sets the fastest second sector.
Oh, come on.
In the meantime, Max gets more and more held up by Vettel.
Go on,
because he can't overtake. You can't overtake on this circuit. And he didn't help him. Well, no, you didn't help himself by that start.
No.
Because he had that poor start, he's now down in 9th and struggling to just get back on the same position that he started from. You can't really get past in this circuit. It's very difficult. See, look, Max is already getting very twitchy out of the final chicane there. So obviously getting frustrated already. Oh, hello. Black and orange flag. Magnussen, black and orange flag. Now, what does it... Now, black and orange flag means that Magnussen has got a problem with his car, which is the loose end plate we were talking about. It means that before it flies off and causes any sort of injury or damage, because it can quite easily get in between the halo and hit a driver's head. Right. Instead of what he will do is he'll have to 3 laps to come in and pit and change that front wing.
Oh, yellow flags in sector 1.
Yellow flags.
I think it's the TV show. Oh, no, it's green now.
Is it green now?
Oh, no, Zhou.
Oh, Zhou is out.
He's so unlucky, man.
He is a bit, isn't he?
And of course it's Latifi involved. Of course.
Oh, Jesus.
Tit.
Mate, Latifi, just retire, man. Just give it up. I'd love to see this again.
How much you want to bet it's Latifi cost it? How much do you want to bet?
Not that much, because I might bet it against it and I'll lose.
I'll give you a tenner Latifi and cost it. Oh.
You mean a tenner to the charity? Okay.
Come on, let's...
Right, so Zhou comes out of the turn 3. And then into turn 5.
What is Latifi doing?
Oh, come on.
Nah, that's Latifi's fault. He was closing it. He was
Latifi
pushing
never
him.
Got a look.
100% Latifi's fault. He was just pushing him into the wall, basically.
Oh, that was just stupid.
Idiot.
Unnecessary. It was an unnecessary change. And Magnussen has made his pit stop to change that front wing. Safety car deployed.
Oh, Latifi, man, honestly.
Safety car deployed, I believe.
Yep.
Still too early to pit for dries. So this won't change anything, to be fair. They'll just line up behind the car. It helps Magnussen out in a way. That was just an unnecessary accident. It really was. It was really unnecessary. I don't know what he was doing then. I'm trying to find the.
Yes, Latifi's retiring. Bye-bye.
Latifi, just go. Just go. Right, let's see what Hamilton's had to say.
Can the freeze drive have we?
If it will load.
Lance, that's a much stronger lap. That's decent pace. Keep prioritising exits. That's a good pace. Pushing entry.
And that was before the safety car.
My deal's not working because it says that I'm much quicker than that, but I can't catch.
Hamilton running into problems already this race already. Not happy with things at the minute. But at least he's caught up to the back of the pack, to the front of the pack. Because he was struggling for a bit of grip there at the start of the Grand Prix. Was being dropped. What's happened here? But Russell's gone straight on. Tags Bottas his front wing and goes straight on. I don't think that would have done any damage. I'll be surprised if it did. Tycho?
Sorry, what? All that?
Yeah, did you say that about Russell there?
Yeah, just a lock up in it.
Yeah. I think it was there, available. He just went too deep into the corner, trying to make it happen. Oh, well. So everyone will form up behind their safety car, and then if there are any lap cars that are lapped, they will be let through to be unlapped. But luckily, as it's so early in the race, there are no lapped cars at the minute. As we see Ricciardo going very, very, very wide to pick up more or water to cool the tyres down. Russell coming back from that mistake he made. And then you've got Albon there as well. Safety car ending. So a safety car will be ending this lap. And though it looks very, very slow, like Bernd Manander is probably driving the wheels off that thing. Luca, why are you stating the obvious? We know. We're just wondering when. And like
Probably
I said, because they broke the rules this season, because they've broke the rules by overspending last season, which meant they've overspent on this season's car, because that money's gone to that car. It means to the 22 car, as well as trying to win the title last season. It meant that they've had a disadvantage this season. So everyone's had a disadvantage to them this season, and they've had an advantage on everyone. So I don't count that as a title either. Right. Should be fucking excluded from the championship last season. But of course not. Of course not. That would cause absolute pandemonium.
Come on, Leclerc.
If they wanted to do that for Drive to Survive, mate, like change like exclude Verstappen from the championship so Hamilton won that. That would be a story and a half to see February, May, wouldn't it? The February, March, wouldn't it? I'd definitely watch that. Green flag. We're back racing again. We're back racing again, and it's Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton, Norris, Alonso, Gasly, Vettel, Verstappen. Then it's Tsunoda, Stroll, Ricciardo, Schumacher, Ocon, Bottas, Russell, Albon, Magnussen, and Latifi. Zhou are the two retirees after contact with each other at turn 5.
Verstappen gets in front of Vettel.
And Verstappen is finally past Vettel. So he started 8th. He started in 8th. He's now in 8th. And Leclerc keeping the gap to just a second at the minute, whilst Max tries and targets his next victim, which will be Pierre Gasly. To be fair, Perez should be allowed to win this Grand Prix. Oh, nice move there by Verstappen, straight down the inside at the hairpin after the Anderson Bridge to take Pierre Gasly. He's now up to 7th. It's amazing what an advantage that money can give you, isn't it? Look how easy that was. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, that, isn't it?
Oh, he has so much overspeed, man.
It's just so easy.
Can't believe it.
Norris, Alonso. So he's got Alonso coming up next, and I doubt Alonso's going to be wanting to move out of 6th position for Max. I doubt he's going to want to do that, especially since he's trying to chase Norris as well. And then further up the road will be Hamilton. Who's trying to chase down Sainz at the minute. It's a turn 5 incident under investigation for causing the collision between Latifi and Zhou. So that will be investigated after the race. And subsequent any penalties will be issued after the race. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry to say this, mate. This is going to be 2 hours, especially after that safety car. It's going to be way over 2 hours now. This is a 2-hour race.
Yep.
You think of it, it's 2 minutes per lap. Or we've just gone into the 159s now. Right, we're 13 laps already into this race. We've had a safety car, which means about 4 laps of 2 minutes 40. I'm telling you, we are heading to a 2-hour race. Full 2 hours. So, mate, so you guys are going to be the sicker sight of us at the end of this. Means the weekend review will probably have to be done tomorrow then. Probably will have to be tomorrow. In fact, it's going to have to be, actually. So, but that's the way the cookie crumbles.
No City.
What's that?
2-0 to City.
Oh.
Haaland with a goal.
Oh, Haaland. Oh, of course.
And De Bruyne assist.
The guy's a goal
Deadly
machine.
duo.
It's a fucking goal machine.
Yeah.
I've just got to call him the goal machine. And people thinking we're going to win the title. There's only one team winning the title this season, trust me. But we'll get close. We'll probably get third or second.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we'll drop off in about February. But anyway, this is Formula 1 anyway. So Formula 1 action already. Right, Alonso keeping Verstappen behind him. So he's in the 2 minute, in the mid 2 minutes. The front runners are in the low 159s. How do you think this race has gone so far, mate?
I mean, it's been alright, I guess. I mean, not too much going on. Of course, safety car with another stupid move by Latifi, but not a lot of overtakes, I guess. Verstappen doing a good lunge through the field, but for the rest, that's a bit mad, to be honest.
Oh, I love it. Ice cold water, mate. You can't beat it. Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree, mate. I do agree with everything you said there. Obviously, these times are going to have to come down if we're going to really try and fit all of these laps in. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. So I might have to go off camera a couple of times to rest my back.
Yeah, that's all right.
Unfortunately, I got can hear got a real bad cough at the minute, so I'm on my moxicillin. They don't give you, as an adult, they don't give you the liquid form anymore, which was so nice and tasty. But yeah, I'm gonna take some painkillers for it actually.
Oh.
Don't forget, they are still racing in probably Motorsport about 50 degrees centigrade in the cockpit, 41 degrees body temperature. Right, the drivers are probably blessed when some guy kicks in front of them, kicks up a load of spray in their face. Right, me, I would have my visor just a little bit open to let some of that water in. It might be dirty, but fucking hell. Like, I'll tell you what, it would mean a bit of relief. But there you go. We'll see. But different drivers prefer different things. But the thing is, this race is so physically demanding. It's on a street track, 24 corners, right? One of the longest laps on the calendar, right? I mean, just trying to do it on a game's fucking bad enough. Yes, one of the longest laps in the calendar. You're under barriers where if you make a slight mistake, you're in the wall, and yeah, you got all that body temperature, and you got all that air temperature in the cockpit, and that body temperature coming up in the cockpit as well. And you got to concentrate like proper concentrate for 2 hours. It's mad.
Oh. Leclerc is not getting any closer.
No, I think it'll be probably due to the pit stops, mate. If we do get to a pit stop, do you know what? These times aren't coming down anytime soon. I could see us getting into you could possibly see to a point where you might have to do the whole race under intermediates. But I think they will stop once to change the tyres for intermediates, because as the tyre wears down, you lose the tread. You lose the tread, it means you lose the ability to clear the water from the surface of the road to be able to get the grip on the tyre. So, and the more you lose that, the more you have chance of aquaplaning. So as soon as those tyres will start getting worn, some of those drivers will be wanting to come in and get a new set on. But then they'll have to look after them if it's still drying out that track, because if they overuse them very quickly, they'll blister them up and just overheat them. So it's a very fine balancing act with tyre temperatures at the minute, despite everything else going on as well.
I'll make you wouldn't guess it.
Right, let me see if I can just adjust this a little bit. So,
it's 3-0 to City.
Oh, it's 3-0 to City, is it?
Haaland again with another assist from De Bruyne.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, that's bad.
United has been cooked alive.
Oh, that's bad. I told you you're going to get bad. Battered like fish and chips. Bit like Spurs, really, but there you go. Can you hear the Tottenham sing? I can't hear a fucking thing. Sorry. Right, for those that are new to the channel, this is an F1 channel, by the way. But we are both Arsenal supporters, and obviously yesterday was a North London derby. You'll always be shit. Tottenham Hotspur, you'll always be shit.
What do we think of Tottenham?
Shit.
What do we think of shit?
Tottenham.
Thank you.
That's alright. We hate Tottenham.
We hate Tottenham. We hate Tottenham.
We hate Tottenham. We hate Tottenham. We hate Tottenham. We hate Tottenham. We hate Tottenham.
We are the Tottenham. Haters.
Big nose. Big nose. At the moment. Don't you start buffering on me. I'm enjoying this. Wait. Come on, Leclerc. Fuck that Red Bull. I know it's been overspent and it means it's got an advantage on you, but come on, you can do it. Mate, I'm not counting anything. All the races they've won in the last 2 years, 2021 and 22, for me, they don't count.
Oh my god.
Because they've cheated.
My god. Oh no.
What?
4-0. It's not even half time. It's not even half time yet, and it's already 4-0.
Fucking hell.
Another Haaland assist. 2 goals, 1 assist. Oh.
Mate, the guy is just the goal machine.
He's a robot, man.
He's not a robot. He's a supercomputer. It doesn't never break down.
Insane.
Anyway, Russell trying to get past Bottas. Is he going to be able to do it this time? No. I'm sure he's going to take it a little bit easier this time. After his antics last time. Tries to get immediately back on the power, but struggles. It's a shame all the money you spent and getting Verstappen straight up the field. It's a shame when cheaters don't prosper, isn't it, mate?
Yeah. But in the end, what can you do? What can you do?
Well, the FIA can actually show some bollocks and exclude them from the championship.
Yeah, but, you know, it's
from
the
last
FIA.
year's champion. Yeah, but they did it to McLaren in 2007. Was by league when they got hold of Ferrari secrets. So why can't they do it to Red Bull? Because it's a serious breach of the regulations. But of course, no. Of course not. Anyway, fastest new lap by Perez, a 1:58.9.
God.
So the tyre it's getting there slowly. It's still going to take ages to get this race done.
United fans are leaving the stadium.
Where are they? The Etihad?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Just a quick walk home in it. Well, to be fair, most United fans are from London, so.
Oh yeah, most of them are from London, mate. So they've got a long way home.
Oh, look at those tires wobbling from Norris.
Yeah, those tires are wobbling really bad.
Can't be good.
Well, it depends on the setup of the car. Maybe it's just set up to do that. Like some drivers have it set up like that. Maybe it's a particular setup in the wet that he wants. But Alonso feeling the pressure of Verstappen. Come on, Fernando, keep him behind. So Perez is nearly a pit stop ahead of Max Verstappen. He's 5 seconds off it.
Oh, this track is so lovely, man. It's just so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So we are lap 19 into this Grand Prix. Make sure you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, hit the share button as well. I think they do need to cut the laps down on here. I swear to God. I know they're supposed to run over 300 kilometers, right? But Monaco doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So if Monaco doesn't have to, why has Singapore got to do 300 kilometers? I think for this one, they should make an exception and do not so many laps. Because this, 2 hours is ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you're doing a wet race. no doubt Christian's going to moan about the budget caps because Verstappen can get up the field and win. I just loved how he had the nerve to say he's got no money in Canada when he knew all along that he'd overspent in 2021 and then overspent in 2022, and he's sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, but we need these regulations in and we need to follow them for the benefit of the sport." No, you benefit yourself. You don't care about the sport. You're not like Mercedes. Mercedes actually cared about the sport. They wanted this to have more competition, right? You are out for yourself and yourself only. It's disgraceful.
It's the state of the Red Bull. How did Leclerc go to 2.7 seconds in like 5 laps?
158.5 for Perez.
Perez rapid, to be fair.
Mercedes are moving some tyres around. I wouldn't say going into dries would be a good idea. But then they could throw George Russell on the dries and see what he can do. If you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
If I was Mercedes, I'd stop Russell first to see what it's like. To try, I'd use him first rather than Lewis. But as you can see, they've got tyre blankets and they're trying to prepare their tyre blankets. The tyres they probably want to be on if they have to pit for dries. I don't imagine they were moving around for sleep. For ints. Right. I would expect these drivers to be coming in around about lap 30 if we are to stay on intermediates, that is. But it's doubtful.
Yellow flags in sector 2.
Yellow flags sector 2.
Tsunoda and Alonso. No, only Alonso as well, yeah.
No, Alonso straight on.
Tsunoda is dropping positions as well. So.
Oh, Alonso's out.
Not Tsunoda anymore.
Alonso's out. No.
And it's 350 race start. And that's a virtual safety car.
Oh, it's going to be virtual safety car. Virtual safety car deployed. Now, for the people that don't know what a virtual safety car is, basically what it does, it neutralizes the race. Everyone stays out as they are. They have to keep to a certain delta time, right? You have to be plus on that delta. You cannot be minus under that delta. If you're minus under that delta, oh, that's like a power issue.
Yep.
If you're minus under that delta and not keeping within the set lap or set time you're supposed to drive at, you will be speeding and gaining an advantage, and you'll be gaining anti-stall. We cut into anti-stall, that's why.
Oh, Russell's going in.
So yeah, the virtual safety car means virtual safety car means you will have to keep to that certain time. If you don't keep to that certain time, you will drop. Oh wow! Russell's on mediums.
Oh,
Russell's going out on slicks. Oh shit! This could either go really well or really, really wrong. But everyone's gap from each other will stay the same. Oh, that's seriously wet coming out of the pit lane. Oh, he's gonna have no good going into there.
Yeah, very squirmish. Very squirmish there.
Oh shit!
think it's the wrong call. I think it's the wrong call.
He's got to get on with it. He's got to get on with it. He's got to get heat in the tyre. But he can't.
I think it's the wrong call.
It's virtual safety car. It's virtual safety car, so he can't do it.
I think it's the wrong call.
It's probably the wrong call, but it's worth the go. He's in 17th. He's not going anywhere. He wasn't making massive amount of ground, was he? So why not? If it helps Hamilton make his decision later, then why not? Oh, watch this. Coming out of turn 3. Gets really power sliding out.
Yeah.
And the virtual safety car ending. So any point now, it can restart.
Green flag.
Green flag. Go. It's a goal. We're back. Racing.
Hamilton very close to Sainz.
Hamilton very close to Sainz. Really worked well. He's actually within 7. He's in with a second, but obviously no DRS. So we'll keep an eye on what Russell's doing. I'm going to keep an eye on it anyway. Right.
Getting hot down the front left, but still in a good place.
So he's doing a 2-minute 2.6 lap time. 2.2 minute 2.6. What lap are we on? 23?
24.
I need to check it. Like properly, for fuck's sake. Right, let's see what he's doing. Oh, 2:45s. He's struggling. That's the wrong time. It's way too early. It's way too early. Look, he's doing 2-minute 45s.
2 minutes 45.
Is it spitting? It must be spray. Yeah, that hasn't worked well for him at all. He is 42 seconds slower than Albon in 16th.
Jesus Christ.
That is not good. Oh, no. That must have been a pitless stop time. It's 2-minute 9 now. 2-minute 9.8. So still not fast enough at this rate. But it's not hopeless. It's still very early. But it's not hopeless. If he can get another lap in, I'll keep an eye on that. But he's the fastest lap is set by Verstappen on 1:58.3, and he's 11 seconds off it.
No, new Perez.
And actually, Perez is now set a new fastest lap at 1:58.3. And Leclerc hasn't responded really.
No.
He did a 1:58.4. Hamilton on a 1:50. Hamilton's not able to keep up. Is he able to keep up with Sainz? Sainz did a 1:58.9. Hamilton with a 1 minute 59.4. But the man on the move is Verstappen. Closing in on Norris now. Oh, stepped out there a lot. Coming out of turn 3. He's determined to get on with it now. Hour and 8 minutes we've got left. They told you this ain't going to go to the end. Right, so Russell's now improved to a 2:05. So it's getting faster. It's getting faster. But very slowly. He's 24 seconds behind Albon. Has another lap. Right. There's a yellow flag. We got double yellows.
Is there?
Yeah, I can see it on my phone. Double yellows.
Oh yeah, now I see it. Now it's come in.
Set to 2.
Oh, Albon.
Oh, Albon's.
He's been this. Oh, but he's still in. He's still in.
That's.
He just doesn't have a front wing.
He just doesn't have a front wing. Someone will probably just lean over and collect that up. So we're all good. No safety car needed.
Hopefully.
I don't think they'll need a safety car to pick that up, to be fair.
Well, he's definitely going to have to go in the pits, Albon. I don't think you can drop. It's another.
Oh, no. He'll need to go in the pits, definitely. But I'm not saying he'll need a pit to replace. What I'm saying is that they won't need to bring out a safety car to pick that up.
Yeah. His front wing is looking like that. That weird looking front wing now.
So what happened here? He comes into turn.
He's just aquaplane or what?
Turn 6, 7, turn 8. It's turn 8, and then he just slides off the road. Too much speed into it. It's not aquaplaning. It's too much speed.
Where's your safety car?
Oh really? To pick up one piece of debris.
He also has a puncture.
Oh, does he?
Apparently, yeah.
What an idiot. You said he can get a puncture.
No, I just read it. He might not have, to be honest. I just read that.
I'm tempted at one of these sweets. In fact, I'm going to. Fuck it. So, like I said before, all the gaps between each track will be the same. Why is my camera gone off? Bloody hell. There you go. Don't know why I did that. But there you go. So Albon in, front wing change. He's now going to take the risk and go on to the medium tyre if he's going to. And.
Oh, they're retiring him.
No, they're retiring him.
Oh.
I think it's obviously caused a lot more problems than it did. Right, so they've just ended the virtual safety car, and yet they've still got mechanics. We've still got stewards, marshals trying to clear out the dirt.
Idiots.
Like trying to clear off the track. How can you restart it when they've got when they're still on the circuit? You know what I mean? You brought them out so they can collect the debris, and they're still collecting it, and you start the race again. Makes no sense. See, this is the one reason I don't want a safety car, because it gets rid of that 10-second gap Hamilton has to Verstappen. And I don't want him to overtake Hamilton. Not today. So he's complaining about... Obviously, he must be complaining about Sainz. He's losing so much time behind Sainz at the minute. It's still too early, though. It's still showing Russell slowest of the lot. And now Ocon's gone.
Oh my god.
Now Ocon's gone. Can he reverse?
What a mess. The smoke coming out of the car. Smoke out of the car. Ocon's out.
Well, he's slowly backing up.
Smoke coming out of the car though, so...
Well, what is he doing? Is he continuing or is he not?
I don't know. I wouldn't, because there's literally smoke coming out of the back of the car, but...
Yeah, but we've seen that before.
Yeah, but... Let's see, did he crash or what happened?
Right, let's see what happens here.
Going down in sector 2. Oh, he's just... another...
Come on.
Ferrari is in the pits. And that will be for Carlos Sainz, because Leclerc is continuing.
Ferrari and Man United are definitely true comparison.
Well, please.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Sainz is continuing as well. He's just said piss off. Go on, Sainz. Screw what the team says.
Early.
Definitely. Whoa. Hamilton goes slow. What was that?
He has to.
Oh yeah, of course. Yellow flag, yeah.
He has to, otherwise he would get punished.
Yeah, my bad.
He closed right up on Sainz. So he has to back off to give him the 6 tenths back.
I forgot the virtual safety car.
But anyway, lap 29 of this Grand Prix. Yeah, Ocon, just get off the circuit.
Oh, yeah, look at that. That's a lot of smoke.
Yeah. Okay, that's an engine blow up.
Christ.
That's a good old fashioned engine blow up. That is all the pistons and shit going absolutely haywire. Look at this. Look. Can someone stop my car warning back? I need to get out.
He was just rolling back. Oh. Coming up to almost the halfway point of the race now.
Well, we are. We are practically at the midway point. We're not going to get all these laps done.
Probably not.
It's definitely not. Norris wants to get on with it. I think Norris can get on the podium this weekend.
Lewis on the podium, you think?
Yeah. If they get it right with the pit stops. Look at look, Hamilton's on his gearbox like that. Get on with it, you. Get on with it. Sorry. Sorry, guys. My chest is very, very sore. It coughs all night. Oh, if you're watching from SFeatleyTV and you've joined me on this channel, my SFeatleyTV is my monetized football channel which raises money for Children's Liver Disease Foundation with every stream we do. So make sure you go and subscribe to that. Robert, I'm sure you're new around here. If you're a football fan, please do so. It really would mean a lot. Andre, if you're a football fan, like, we can talk about Ukrainian football if we can get you on sometime, like, hopefully. Right. By the way, as we go green flag racing, right. Oh, and Andre, mate, right, get in there, Ukraine. You're taking back your lands. Taking back your land. Right. Of course, we have helped, and of course, as Britain, we have helped you with armaments, men, anything you've needed to fight the Russians. And the fact that you've managed to take your lands back, taken some of your lands back, is a credit to you and your forces, right? You cannot stop. Sorry. Like, you cannot believe, like, Russians will never, ever, ever be able to stop the Ukrainians from taking back their sovereignty. Right? And I stand behind any country that has been invaded or has war declared on them to take their land away. Anyone. If Russia was invaded by Germany, right, I'll be on Russia's side because it's their land. But if when Russia do it to Ukraine, I'll be on Ukrainian side. Because everyone should be living in peace with their own territory. Simple. That's what I believe in. And Andre, you'll always be welcome on SFeatley F1. And if you go to my SFeatley, if you type in SFeatleyTV, you're always welcome there. Pop in the chat if you talk about football, and we'll talk about football as well. And every time you do watch, you raise money for Children's Liver Disease Foundation, which is a small UK charity which help children across the globe that come from across the globe to one of the 3 liver centres in the UK to get treatment for liver disease. And Children's Liver Disease Foundation supports them. So make sure you please do that, because without their support, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this today, talking to you guys. So.
Oh, it's 4-1.
Oh, they got a goal.
Anthony.
Oh, Anthony. Do you know what? That Anthony's a fucking good player, mate.
Oh.
He is a good player, isn't he?
Never liked him at Ajax.
You didn't?
Mm.
Who do you support in the Eredivisie?
Twente.
20?
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you're a PSV fan, you could help me out with my preview for next week.
I know plenty. I know plenty about PSVs, so.
Could you, if you possibly, if it meant I had to be late evening, could you possibly do it for us to help us out?
Depends on the day and time, really.
It would be midweek. It would be midweek, around about 7 p.m., 8 p.m.
On a Wednesday.
Do you know any PSV fans I can get on that speak English?
I mean, I know some people, but I don't know if they'll be free or not.
Could you possibly ask them for me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, thanks, Tio. You're a ledge. You know? Right. And
but if they can't, I'll be happy enough to do it.
Nah, yeah. Thanks, man. Tio. And by the way, guys, I want you to comment. Tio has been doing every single preview and watch along since mid-season 2021. Ain't we? And then we were doing that on SFeatleyTV. We then restarted. We then started up this channel to separate the content from the football. To start this channel, so we started this channel for this season, and we've done every single watch along, right? Unless I've not been well or something or other, or you've been not well or busy, right?
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I want everyone to please put in the chat, how do you think we've done so far? Because I think we've done quite well. We've had some good views.
Yeah.
And I mean, what do you make of it, man? Because I think you've got a real good chance of doing something really well in YouTube.
We have been doing well, haven't we? I mean, it's been more than a year now, so there's been a lot of ups and downs for both of us in the races and the race reviews, even the football reviews sometimes, but the YouTube has been going well, man. We've been doing really well, no doubt about it.
And what do you think? There's because I think you can really do a good job on YouTube.
Oh, Hamilton's out.
No! Hamilton. No!
He moves. He can move. He's moving.
Get out! Get out! Get on!
He stays in front of Verstappen.
Yeah! Fuck you! Yeah, fuck you, Max. Get out of here with your advantage car. Get out of here. Cheaters never prosper. Hamilton, what are you doing? Stop scaring me, man. Fuck. Fucking hell, man. Oh, he's got a loose front wing. Oh, Leclerc. What's Leclerc doing? No, they've gone back in again.
What are they doing, man?
Oh, here we go. Mercedes, Ferrari, strategy all over again.
The car looks intact.
Front wing.
Nah, the front wing is loose, definitely.
There's the very edge of it is loose.
Yeah, just a bit. It's just hanging a bit low, I think.
No, it's fine. Tycho, it's a figment of your imagination.
He's losing speed compared to Verstappen, though, but he stays in front for now.
What's Verstappen saying? Get out of here!
Nah, that left side of the left end plate is definitely loose.
See that? Number one, your IQ. Get out of
here. IQ. Fair enough, then.
sorry, that was probably a bit harsh.
Oh, Gasly went into pits. Schumacher into 10th. Yay!
But Gasly's gone on soft tires now. I know why. I'll tell you why. Because Russell was just gone a 1:59.7.
Yep. And he's fastest in Sector 1 as well.
And he's fastest in Sector 1.
Right, what happened to him? What happened to Lewis? What's happened to Lewis then? Ah, he just locked up. Whoa, that's a...
Oh, Lewis!
That's quite a hefty collision, really.
He's lucky the front window just didn't come off.
Very lucky. That car isn't... That he's...
Oh,
Leclerc's pitting. Leclerc's officially pitting now. He is officially into the pits, finally.
Oh, he's gonna get it.
Come on, give me a good pit stop. Give me a good pit stop, please. Please, please. No! They can't get the front left off quickly. It's a 5.3.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
These guys, man.
I give up with you lot.
Perez is gonna win it. Perez is gonna win the race.
I said this, right? If we had your car, we'd win this at a cruise.
We are our biggest enemies.
No matter how much advantage we would have had on the field, we would have fucking no matter how much advantage Red Bull gained in the spending cap, we would have won the fucking championship at a cruise. Lewis, man, I don't want him to go a season without winning. No.
Let's go into the pits. Everyone's going in now. Everyone's going in.
Because they've seen what Russell's doing.
That was a good pit stop for Vettel, by the way. Vettel jumps Hamilton.
Oh, fuck off.
Schumacher go... Whoa, bit squirmish there, Lewis.
I think you're a little bit ahead of me.
They just couldn't get the front left off, but with Leclerc.
Oh no, you overshot it. That's why.
Oh, and Perez is now in.
If you saw it, he overshot his pit box, so they had to adjust before they can get the tyre off. Fuck it up.
2.8, of course. And now Sainz will come in. Mate, one thing for Red Bull's pit stop to go wrong, it's impossible. Actually impossible.
Fucking
Sainz on the other hand, Ferrari on the other hand. It was alright. 3.5 is still slow though. And come on, fuck his pit stop up though. Come on. Of course, yellow flags. 2.4 for Verstappen. How can they keep going so fast?
They've probably
Yuki is out. Yuki is out.
Oh, Tsunoda's out. Yellow flag. I know why they're so fast. Do you know why they're so fast?
6 DNFs now.
Do you know why they're so fast?
Well.
Do you know why?
Because
the amount of money they overspent, they've overspent it in new wheel guns.
Yeah.
New wheel guns and jacks. So they've got the latest equipment.
It's 5-1.
I'm just saying they've spent on everything. You know what I mean? I'm just saying it. I can't believe that. How are they not getting banned? They should have been deducted. Sorry.
You're right, bro.
Been deducted. Oh, it's just my chest, man. I got a chest infection.
Oh, big collision for Yuki.
Oh, boom! Good night.
Oh,
Binned it. That's what you call binned it. Nah, he's all right.
Yeah, but
I've seen worse than that.
It's 5-1 to City, by the way. And you'll never guess who scored the 5th goal.
Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland.
Hat-trick.
Yep.
Against Man United.
Insane.
I'd love to see Saliba take him.
That's his 14th goal of the season after 8 matches. 3rd hat-trick of the season for Haaland.
Oh, look at this. Look at Norris is going to pick under the safety car. He's going to lose hardly any time. He's going to probably jump Sainz.
Sainz coming over pits start finish now. No, Sainz will be ahead.
No, he'll just get ahead of Sainz. It would just be behind Sainz then. It's a safety car as well, a full safety car. Singapore, more like safety car Grand Prix. It's always... Yeah, big up, Andre. Andre, I don't know if you know my other channel, SFeatleyTV, but honestly, mate, go and check it out. And go and subscribe to it, man. If you haven't already, mate. It would really mean a lot if you could. Every little helps, man. I'll put the link in the chat. Right. That's my link.
Yeah, Lewis admits his mistake.
Already subbed ages ago. Big up to you, man. I'll put it anyway. If you are ever a time you're free or you any time you want to have your say, mate, find me. Who do you support? And plus, if you're free at any point, anytime, anywhere, if you're free, hit me up on Twitter at SFeatley or at SFeatleyTV, right, on Twitter or Instagram. On Insta, it's just SFeatley. On Instagram, it's just SFeatley. On Twitter, it's SFeatleyTV. SFeatley, you can hit me up on, and I'll send you the link to come on the show, unless I drop the link in the chat. And you're more than welcome to come on and have your say if you support a Premier League team. Right. And also, if you're not and you're supporting Ukrainian football, we do Hot Off the Press show, and I'd love to do a show at some point where we look at different types of leagues like Ukraine and stuff like that. You know what I mean, bro? Right? Because the fact that you lot are doing your own league in the middle of this war is fucking brilliant, mate. Right? And I've got love and respect for fucking Ukraine, man. Yeah? Love and respect. Always. So this is definitely going 2 hours.
It's already 2 hours since the original start time.
So look at this. Perez first. Leclerc second. Sainz. Right.
Oh, Lando,
Perez,
Lando.
Oh, Lando nearly went too wide.
Yes, man, you're not the. Perez clearly thinks the safety car is going a bit slow.
He's got to let the gap catch up. This is a. Do the Red Bull ever understand the fucking safety car rules? Clearly fucking not. The field has the bunch, right? Lap cars have got to be sent through, right? They've got to be allowed to catch the back of the crocodile, right? And then you fucking let them go. How hard is that to work out? And if it means, oh, look at that. Look, Leclerc having to adjust his seat. You can see he's got a little bit open there. Just a little bit there in. And if it means you have to finish the race behind the safety car because of all that, then you have to finish on the safety car.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
What?
6-1. Haaland assist. Foden goal. So Foden has a hat-trick and Haaland has a hat-trick now. Oh my god. What's this then? Why are they showing Leclerc on there?
They show whatever the race director is focusing on.
Oh.
They show on that wall, if you're focused, so say if he was following Hamilton for a period around the track and he went under that bridge whilst he was following Hamilton around the track, right? It would say Hamilton. If it was Russell, it would say Russell. So it's whoever the director is focusing on at the time.
Yeah, right.
So that people can easily understand he's following that car, number 16, Charles Leclerc.
Right, 36 minutes left now.
What do you make of Shinoda?
I like Yuki, but he's not. He just. I don't know. I find it hard to make a verdict on him because he has such good taste, but then again, he's also just sometimes a bit of a tit, isn't he?
Mm.
Nah, I don't know. Hard
to make a verdict on him. It's because Conor, Yank talking smack. I don't know where he's got to. I can't find his Twitter account.
I haven't seen him in a while.
I've seen him on Rich Schwartz at one point. Right. Obviously talking about Man United. Oh, it's ending. And we go, safety car will end in a minute. So the safety car, what will happen when the safety car is going to go into the pits, the lights will go off on the safety car. That means that will signal to, you see here, that signal to Perez that now he is effectively the safety car. Right? Everyone has to stay behind Perez while the safety car speeds off to go back in the pit lane, right? And Perez becomes the safety car. He directs how fast you go, and he cannot accelerate and then brake aggressively because it will cause concertina bunching and cause an accident, right? But he dictates the pace, right? And then he'll decide when he wants to go, and when he does, you are not allowed to overtake your driver in front until you've crossed the start-finish line.
Come on, Leclerc. Come on.
And the Perez is wanting to get. Look at that. Perez wants to get in right now.
Come on, man. It's just.
He had to because everyone's had to because they want to keep temperature in these tires. It's a 34-minute flat-out race. Right. Who's got the bottle to carry this and try and get the win? Can Leclerc do anything to stop Perez winning this Grand Prix? Now, we've got Norris being hunted by Verstappen as they come down Reivews Boulevard.
Whoa! Yes!
Here comes Max, looks up! He's gone! He's way down! Bye! Bye!
He's back into 8th position.
Where's
Go on, Hamilton!
No! No! No!
Go on, Hamilton!
Do him! Do him!
Nah.
Bastard! Fuck!
Nicholas Latifi has been given a 5-place grid penalty for his incident with Zhou. So now he'll start P20 instead of P20.
They decided that during the Grand Prix, Jesus. I thought I'd do it afterwards.
Yeah, so now Latifi will start P20 instead of P20.
They might have just done a drive-through at the start of the race. You know what I mean, bruv? I bet you he makes top 10 next race. Oh, I thought I was watching another one. I was about to shout, Max Verstappen's done it again.
This is a terrible drive by a world champion.
Some world champion he is. If this is world champion material, he's doing a very fucking difficult job of showing.
He's into the pits.
Oh, he's in the pits. He's fucked his tyres. No points for Max.
He's on to softs. Come on, have a slow pit stop as well. The pit stop isn't that fast. 3 seconds still.
Oh.
Come on, Leclerc, skin Perez alive. Come on. Get him. Come on, Leclerc. Please.
Oh, no.
Russell. Not another retirement, surely.
No. He'll probably link that back to the pits, but is there any point? Is there any point? I'm going to take one of these 3 times a day. That's probably the first. Oh, look, Max is.
Oh, Russell, very aggressive there.
Oh, Russell, why? Why, Russell?
That's Russell's fault.
Hang on. To be fair though, like, can I ask? That is very weird to get a puncher just sit inside. They went tyre wall to tyre wall, didn't they? The side of the tyres kissed each other, didn't they? It didn't hit the bodywork. So
yeah, but maybe
no, but it's very unusual for the tyre to just automatically delaminate. As it stands, Verstappen will not be world champion this. No shit, Sherlock.
Come on,
fucking hell! How long did it take to work that one out?
Come on, Leclerc.
Could you imagine if Leclerc overtook and then went on to win the rest of the races, and Max failed to finish? If it did, it'd be so fun. It'd be so funny.
Mate, I blow the roof of my house, really, but it won't happen. It's Ferrari after all.
No, try not to do that, mate. You might get in trouble. We don't want you in trouble.
Turn 1 incident involving cars 63, Russell, and 47 makes Schumacher know that, causing a collision.
Yeah, Russell's probably going to get a pen.
But I think he might have gotten a puncture because he maybe just barely touched the front wing or something.
So he's under investigation. So I put an orange flag out there.
Come on. Come on, Leclerc. Please, take him.
Come on, Leclerc! Fucking Ferrari. You even stopped earlier.
Oh, skirmish by Perez, come on. Get him, Leclerc.
Oh, but he skirmished himself. Oh, Perez is sliding all over the place.
They're very close.
Leclerc is very close. He's 3/10 behind him now.
He loses so much time in his corner.
Surely DRS is enabled now. Surely.
It's not.
How is it not?
Come on, FIA.
You should be allowed to do DRS.
Come on.
Get out of the way, Schumacher.
Come on.
I never thought I'd say that in my life. Being a Michael Schumacher fan. Come on!
I am having issues with the drivability of the engine.
Oh!
Please don't be sandbagging. Please actually be.
Blow the fuck up. Blow it up. But
please.
Like, fail. Like disintegrate. Puff out smoke. Do anything. Just slow down. Like, just die. Like, the power just die. Please. Like, just so the driver's okay. He's okay. He's fine. But he's fucked. Because the drivability engine in these conditions, under braking or on traction, both. Oh, come on.
DRS enabled. DRS enabled.
Oh, he's fucked. Be patient, man. Don't need to press it too hard.
Wolverhampton the Wanderers have sacked Bruno Lage.
Leclerc needs to be told that he's got problems with the engine. Just take your time with it. Don't rush it. Don't fucking step out so much. Look at Leclerc. You can tell he's struggling because the car's stepping out on him so many times.
Go on.
Go on!
It's too tense.
Come on, Leclerc.
Next lap.
No, do it on the next lap.
We lose so much time in sector 1, man. Jesus.
Oh, come on. Fastest lap by Charles Leclerc with a 151.7.
Come on.
He's going to have it. Oh, he's got such good drivability out of the fucking first sector. He's going to have to put the foot down.
6-2.
6-2. Fucking hell, that's a game and a half, isn't it?
Martial goal.
He's been revitalised since Ten Hag stepped in.
Come on, Leclerc. I reckon Perez was sandbagging.
Max Verstappen on 151.3. Oh, please, just fail! Will that Red Bull power unit just fail? Please, do me a favour.
Oh, and Norris is closing up to Sainz.
So the cheaters never prosper. You bunch of cheats. Like I said, when they have overspent last season, that means they've spent all the money they overspent on the budget they were supposed to have for last season to win that championship. Plus, that money was also spent to make sure that they were ahead of everyone else in this championship. And they've then gone and spent more on top of that, right, during this season on upgrades this summer and throughout the whole season. How many fucking upgrades have they had this season? Right? The same amount as they did last season. Right? Mm-hmm. And now they've been caught out, right, and found guilty of it, right? I bet you next year we'll find out that they've done it again. And if they've done it again, I fucking call the FIA to take both of their championships away. Both seasons. Both. Because they have cheated all the way through last season. So that meant that Hamilton was deserving to be world champion. He deserved it. And I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. You can't spend all that money, right, and then all of a sudden turn up with a fucking brand new car that destroys the field the next season when everyone else has to fucking save money to try and compete. Like,
take him.
You can't without fucking overspending. And that's exactly what they've done. So this, and because that's given an advantage in this championship as well, right? It means that both of their championships should be taken away from them. They should have been excluded from last year's not a 7.5 million fine. Not a 7.5 million fine. They should have been excluded from this year's championship for serious breach. Which means Hamilton would have got an 8th world title. It's disgusting. I knew Hamilton was deserving of that title. So those races where they pulled away in Austria, that's because they're overspending on upgrades. Whereas Mercedes were not. They were playing by the rules. But unfortunately, money talks in F1, which means cheaters prosper.
And of course, you have Aston Martin also overspent, but it's Aston Martin, so who cares?
Yeah, but fuck them. They don't know what they're doing. Like, Red Bull do. I'm sorry.
Turn 1, no further investigation for that collision between.
I don't care. If Max Verstappen wins this championship, right? No, I don't care. He's won it in a car that's had such an advantage on everyone else because it's had so much more money spent on it compared to every other team who's had to play by the rules. So they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. They don't. And I'll fucking take someone up in any fucking debate over it. You're telling me a cheater deserves that?
Come on, Leclerc. Come on, get him. Please.
Please, Leclerc.
Fucking have him.
By the way, Max has gone fastest. All the 150. Come on, Leclerc! Just keep with him. That's the whole point of the fucking new formula is he's supposed to get a chance. Look, it's this bit here. He pulls out. Come on, stay with him.
Red Bull goes illegal. It has to be, man.
A minute. Come on.
We're now gaining time in Sector 1, but losing in Sector 3. Well, previously we lost time in Sector 1 and gained in Sector 3. That doesn't make any sense to me, but alright. By the way, let's I think this has gone a bit under the...
Magnussen's got Verstappen behind him. Go on, Magnussen, put some fucking manners in him. No, not man. Let's not put. I don't. Magnussen, put some maggers on him.
By the way, this has gone very under the radar, but
instead of manners on him, right? Magnussen.
Whoa! Lock up by Perez.
Put he's just. But he's made.
Go on, Leclerc.
He's made the corner. Right. So Magnussen couldn't put any Magners on him, right? He had to, so yeah, unfortunately he couldn't do that. So Verstappen up to 11th, and he's got 7 seconds to catch the Bottas. Oh, he's a lot closer this time. Well, save it for Boulevard. Save it for the Raffles Boulevard.
Nope.
Save it for the Boulevard.
For fuck's sake.
He's got it. Come on.
By the way, I just want to say this really quickly. This has gone very under the radar, but look at the drivers in 6th or 7th.
I don't know, but there you go.
Stroll and Vettel are both in the top 10.
Go on, Leclerc!
Come on. Have him.
Oh, fucking hell, man. Oh. He's got to get so close to him. To the point it's nearly impossible. It's literally going to be like to the point where he could literally outdo him at the turn 1. And he's got to stay like that in turn 3. Right, you've got to close it up. You've got to close it up. You've got to close it up. Right, he closes it up here. Right, put the floor, put the pedal to the metal.
Oh,
he's one wide. Oh, Leclerc! Steam mistakes all the time. He's such a great driver, but he just makes mistakes.
It's raining again.
That's the difference between Leclerc and someone like Hamilton or
I think the tires have given out, really.
Nah, I don't think so.
He's losing time now rapidly to Perez. It's down to 1.5 now. 1.4.
Oh, no.
Oh, I can't. It's always the same freaking story, man. Oh, the United City game ended 6-3. Martial scored another goal.
Wow.
What a game. No, I can't with these people.
So they remain 1 point behind us. So they remain 1 point behind us then?
Yep.
At the moment, it looks like it's just between me and us, the City.
Yeah, but Brian...
You still want to out?
I mean, he's proving me wrong for now, but I'm still a bit doubty, you know.
Keep the standard time, man. I mean, you're 14, right? Aren't you?
16, mate.
16. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's a bit disrespectful. 14.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Tio. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
But honestly, you can be on camera now, you know. Without permission. But so you 16, what, 12?
Born in 06.
Born in 06, so you wouldn't known the title winning years of 03, 04, 01, 02, would you?
Nope.
That's the standard I set myself.
Yeah.
Right? The reason I stopped believing in Wenger and I turned Wenger out is because I was fed up with top 4, yeah? Right? Mm-hmm. I was fed up of going into February and then capitulating in a ball of flame. Right? When in the space of the 1 week fuck up, as I call it, or the 1 month fuck up, that Arsenal did every February, every January, right? When we wanted to go for the title, right? I've said all the time, if we get to May or late April and we're still in the title race, Damon Arteta's proved me wrong because he's got us in the title race.
Yeah.
That's the standards. That's why I encourage you to keep those standards. Keep them that high. Don't accept anything less. Because that's where Arsenal should be.
Yeah.
Why should I back, why should I back a manager that has spent 380 million and still ain't got into the top 4 yet right? When I didn't back a manager who got top 4 every season. You know?
I get you.
That's why I said. And I think we'll drift off around about January, February. If we continue the way we are.
Incident involving Perez will be investigated after the race.
Oh!
Please, man.
Oh,
it's Red Bull. It's Red Bull. It's Red Bull. Nothing will happen. It's Red Bull. It's Red Bull.
That's slam dunk. No, that's slam dunk. That's a slam dunk. You can't get away from that. You can't get
Red
away
Bull,
from
though.
that. Can't touch this. Oh yeah, you got to admit that is Red Bull. So yeah, the safety car don't apply. The safety car rules don't apply to Red Bull after what happened in Abu Dhabi, do they? We have an agreement. Don't finish under the safety car. The safety car rules only apply to Red Bull when they want to win a title in the last race of the season and they're in the title winning position. Right? If they're not in the title winning position at the last race of the season, the safety car rules do not apply. Do not apply. The actual agreement applies, which is we try not to let the race finish under a green flag. You know?
It's the state of Red Bull.
Yeah. I mean, Red Bull haven't got as many trophies as Mercedes has, and they've been in there since 2005.
Right, so Leclerc definitely won't get. Leclerc definitely won't get a Perez by normal driving anymore.
Hang on, I want to listen to Christian Horner's got to say. Just listen. Oh, another mistake by Leclerc. Right, let me see.
He won't definitely get it by normal driving, but please give him a reprimand or something, or a penalty.
It's got to be a penalty. It can't be a reprimand, mate.
Yeah, I know. Slip up.
Blue flag, blue flag, blue flag. Right, as usual, don't forget, and as Leclerc makes another little mistake, don't forget to hit the like button. Smash it!
Really helps us out. Thanks.
What the fuck? What the hell was that? I was confused.
Yeah, if you wanted to hit, it says hit the like button, sir.
Verstappen.
But also as well. George Russell in the pits. He's obviously going.
Go on. Take that fastest lap of Perez. Go on.
Well, might as well. But yeah. So, what was the score in the end?
For City?
Yeah.
6-3.
6-3?
Yep. Wait, mate. This is insane.
What?
Erling Haaland is the first ever player to score back-to-back-to-back hat-tricks in 3 consecutive Premier League games.
Oh, fucking hell, man. Seriously?
What? How?
Do you want me to say this as well? No team that has had over 20 points at this stage of the season has not gone on not to make top 4.
Ooh.
And actually, you'll struggle to find teams that have scored over 20 points in this far this season and not been in a title race. And you'll struggle to find them people. Come on, Lewis, keep him behind.
We have the least conceded goal. Oh no, never mind.
But what's the point? He's got such an advantaged car. Yep. You know, like Gran Turismo, where you get the cheats and you get £1 billion like credits.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's exactly like that. It's bullshit. Like, did F1 manager make way for this? Like, this is what I've kept saying. It's bullshit. So maybe I should have on F1 manager. Maybe I should have joined Red Bull and I've got extra funding. You know, but I've chosen to be Mercedes, and I've got up to Australia. I need to start doing it again, but I got to Australia, right? I've done the setup pretty much for that. They feel really confident with the setup, but I've got 2 podiums. I think I've got 2 podiums already, or at least 1 podium. Russell's just not much matching the pace of Lewis. But I've done more than what Mercedes did in Saudi Arabia, and actually, the podium was really gifted by guess who? Do you know how I got the podium?
No, I don't know. So?
No, Hamilton got his podium because Max Verstappen locked up not once but twice. Going into turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's you know that cambered hairpin in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I think it's run in the first sector.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not the so
the left-hander. The left-hander.
Yeah, it's a left-hander. It's like Zandvoort. It's curved.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where he locked up twice. And I thought, Max, you're Dutch. You're Dutch. You should know these corners because you got one at Zandvoort. But he gifted it, and I even finished Russell ahead of him. So I'm not doing too bad. I'm exceeding expectations, and I'm developing the car. I've stole Red Bull's headed aerodynamics. They had the best headed aerodynamics and technical chief, so I fired the other 2 that I had and bought Red Bulls in, stealing their best people, right? And yeah, so everything's good. It's pushed. Everything's on the right track at the minute. And to be fair, the first 2 races, we were really taking the fight to both them and Ferrari. We were right in it. We just sort of died out towards the end. Right, so Vettel. Anyway, so Vettel holding up Hamilton holding up Verstappen. Fastest first sector by Russell. Oh, come on, Russell. Please get fucking fastest lap.
As long as Leclerc stays in 5 seconds and Perez could maybe get a 5-second penalty.
Yeah. I don't think he will. I don't think Perez will get 5 seconds on him.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not. I'm sure.
It's a Red
Bull. No, if it's a safety car infringement, it's got to be 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
20 seconds. 10, 20 seconds at minimum.
Russell takes the fastest lap now.
Takes the fastest lap. Russell takes the fastest lap, and I'm going to have to put up that banner. There you go. There's the banner. There's the banner on the floor. I don't think there's going to be a red flag from now. Get rid of that. There is. Where's the checkered flag there? Don't need that. I don't need that one anymore. I don't need the steward decision. So, as Lewis Hamilton and Max right, we got 2 minutes to go. Come on, Leclerc, stay there with that 5 seconds. Just need Hamilton to hold on for 2 more laps. For 2 more laps.
If Perez gets a penalty, my weekend is perfect this week.
What's that?
If Perez gets the penalty and Leclerc wins the race, it's a perfect weekend.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't know what Lewis.
No, Lewis!
What are you doing? What was he doing?
He was tempted to go down the inside, but Bo was better off it. And then because he was on the wet stuff, he went straight on. Oh, Lewis, it was never on. If you're gonna do it, do it. Oh, he should have just stayed behind him.
Jesus, he almost hit Vettel as well.
Oh, Lewis. Do you think Lewis is coming to the end of his time now?
I'm afraid so, man. Leclerc is losing so much time, man.
No, I'm sorry. He's still a world-class driver. He's still at the peak of his powers. He's still an unbelievably fast driver that can quite easily take Verstappen on in a title fight. If he was in a title fight next season with Verstappen, I still think he'd take him on easily. Right? Especially if Red Bull have a car that's not been well spent on and is a level playing field. If it actually followed the rules, right, then we'll actually get to see if Max Verstappen can beat Lewis Hamilton when all the rules have been followed. Unfortunately, last season tells us fuck all because he didn't follow the rules.
Leclerc is losing so much time.
But I wouldn't be so. Yeah, he's down to 7 seconds. Yeah, he's pushed so hard on them.
Give Perez a 10-second penalty. Come on.
No, if it's a real safety car infringement, it will have to be 10, 20 seconds. If it's 5 seconds, it's a joke. Then I'll say it's fucking favoritism. But And by the way, you know when we talked about like Red Bull and what the racial shit they did. Yeah. Isn't it funny? Like when called upon, like all the FIA have backed Lewis Hamilton in there, like not we races one, where we don't you know what I mean? We don't. How do I put it? We don't condone any racism in the street like that. So why is it after a leaked video shows them dressing someone up as a barmer and some other person as a fucking banana and getting him basically the guy dressed as a barmer to chase a banana? That's what they've done. Is a video, right? They put a fucking map of the world saying Africa is where the apes grow, right? Of the population of the world. I'm sorry, mate. It's disgusting.
Disgusting, yeah.
But did the FIA not do anything? No. Of
course not.
Money talks. He comes round, and it's Sergio Perez. Well, he takes the win.
For now.
For now. We can't say for sure because it's a double podium for Ferrari. We can't say for sure for who is it? Perez, because it could still be undone with a penalty for a safety car infringement. I'm sorry, it could be a safety car infringement.
Let us hope.
But yeah, like I was saying, FIA, so Ricciardo will finish 5th, Stroll 6th, Vettel, Verstappen 7th, Hamilton 8th. Stroll 6th, Verstappen 7th, Vettel 8th, Hamilton 9th, and who else completes? Gasly 10th, Bottas 11th. Don't know who's saying so 59 laps was completed in the end. It's 2 laps short. So 11th is Bottas, 12th is Schumacher, 13th is Magnussen, 14th is Russell, dead last, and the drivers out: Sonoda, Ocon, Albon, Alonso, Latifi, Zhou. But we'll wait and see what that reviews is. Like I was saying, if the FIA wanted to do something about the races and that they've been exposed, right, they would tell Red Bull to sell up. Sell it to Porsche, sell it to whoever, and get out of the sport. We don't want you here. Yeah? I'm sorry. That's what they would say. But they haven't. They haven't done that. Which shows they don't commit to it. They don't stand by it. So there we are. Anyway, we're going to have to leave it there. It's been 3 hours and 40 minutes of non-stop talking and going through the motions. Tio, thanks for coming on as always.
Of course.
Co-host, man, you're absolutely brilliant. Can't reiterate enough the help you bring to the channel. Where can I find you, mate?
Yeah, you guys can find me over on Instagram at Reivews Explorer. I post every week when the game weeks are finished for the Eredivisie, so you can follow me if you want to learn more about the Eredivisie. And also on Steven's channels, I had a YouTube, but I'm not doing much with it for now. You can still subscribe to me on there. I'm sure it'll be in Steven's link somewhere. But for now, yeah, that's it, man. That's
and
of course make sure to
sorry, I do have a confession. I got your Twitter, Well, I haven't got your YouTube channel, so I will put that in there for next time.
Yeah.
So I do apologise for that. I'll make sure it's in there next time. If not, it'll be in the title video. But yeah, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Go and give him a follow. It does great posts on the Eredivisie. And always someone to turn to in the end. If you want to know more about that. And we are going to be back on SFeatley F1 tomorrow with the review, which is probably good because then we get to see whether Checo keeps that win or not. Also, we will also be checking on SFeatleyTV at 6:30 p.m. We are doing our watch-along, match reactions, and player ratings for Arsenal's destruction of Tottenham. And Miss Melina will be on the channel tonight on SFeatleyTV. That's on my other channel, SFeatleyTV. So please do subscribe to SFeatleyTV. All the money we raise from every stream we do goes to Children's Disease Foundation. So please go and do that while you can. It really does help the charity big time. Every single penny you donate. So, but until then, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.